Welcome, adventurers from this plane and beyond to Camaraderie and Shenanigans.
And Shenanigans.
And Camaraderie.
Hey, it's been a while. It's been a minute.
It's been a year.
It's been a full year in-game, at the very least. 2 weeks for us. We missed you. Thank you guys for being patient. Okay, I missed you. They get to choose. It's fine.
I missed no one.
We took a little bit of time off to jump forward a year in world. And we are coming back into the session where we explore what everyone's been up to.
Have we been up to?
Yeah, well, we're going to find out in a moment.
Nothing.
But since we have no announcements as of right now, I would like all of you to sit back, relax, grab a snack, and get ready for Camaraderie. And Shenanigans!
Pregnant.
We have no previously. Or do we?
New
Do
adventure.
we need a previous? I don't think we need a previous.
No.
If you're watching this, I imagine
You
you
see it.
kind of know where
You know
we're
what
at.
we've been up
Kinda
to.
know
You
what
know
we've
what's
been
going
up
on.
You know what the past year and a half of game has been for 3 months for us, for our characters.
On the 4th of the Black Wind Moon, 1 year ago, the Obsidian Winds parted ways, having tasks to accomplish, things to mull over, think about, succeed in, fail in, all sorts of things that they wanted to explore. It was time to do things on their own for a moment. A full year has passed. It is now the year 4126.
Locked.
The Roaring 20s, guys.
I'm going to ask you in 2 minutes.
We come back from break. What
I'll
year
ask
is
you in
it?
4,126 minutes, seconds.
So we'll pick up with the professor.
Great.
First.
I just had flashbacks. You started with me first at the beginning of the campaign.
I did.
Oh.
Yeah.
You
Full
rolled for
circle.
it, didn't you?
Huh?
You rolled for it, didn't you?
Yeah. Totally.
The universe rolled
That
for it.
was me, baby.
Yikes.
Uh,
He's railroading.
all right. Professor, you have been in Necroskia at the beginning of this year of downtime, spending a bit of time with Wolfgang and Maverick, shoring up defenses after the transformation of the origin stone of necromancy, causing a bit of a radial effect within this space.
A bit of one.
Just a bit of one.
Just a small 12
12-mile radius. It's nothing. During that time, sorry, let me go down. During some of that time, you did reach out to your sister. Yes. Over the course of this time, we will just kind of have full back and forth conversation. But this was like
You don't want to have it in 25
sending
word
spell, sending
chunks.
spell. It was like sending spell, like assuming you have full access to this. You came back a couple days later, followed up on certain points once spell slots were exhausted.
I'm exhausted.
You're exhausted.
Let's consider it an open line of conversation, though. In this moment, you find someone who can cast these spells, and you reach out. What are some things you would like to inquire about?
First things I would inquire about are how mom and dad are doing. I would have caught her up on Neri Vereen, told her about Kylus and our relation. Dude, fuck off. Tell her of my death and resurrection. And apologize profusely that it took that for me to realize that I should be keeping more in touch, and that I've seen that I have squandered the time that I have given, or that I've been given.
Okay. She appreciates that honesty. There is still some venom in her voice, but there is an honesty and a genuine love and acceptance of your apology. Could be laced with a bit of guilt finding out that you died. Checking in with your parents, they seem to be doing well, though tensions are rising within the Feywild. The Summer Court, in particular, has been making larger military moves, pushing forts forward and encampments and bases, preparing for something.
I'd probably want to definitely be kept updated on that.
Okay.
I would tell her that I do plan to return home at some point soon.
Soon. Eventually.
Soon, DM.
Okay.
Year later. 6 months.
She says she will send someone out to guide you back, as it has been a little over 100 years since you've been back home, and some things have changed. But someone will meet you to guide you to where they are currently.
Okay. Sweet. That's one problem solved.
There will be some more conversations that happen over the next couple months in terms of being updated. In general, about 6 months in, the activities of the Summer Court slow down.
Okay.
They become a little more stationary.
Little frog man, little rose. So cute.
I know I haven't seen any of the new art
I
yet,
know.
so like
Frog
I'm
man's so
dying.
I
over
am
here.
dying. I keep like wanting to look at the computer. So Brittany, you'll have to show me all of them
Oh.
when
Okay.
Greg rolls around. I'm so excited. Okay. But moving forward a bit in some of the downtime, some joint moments happen. For those of you who can or are capable of attending, you don't all have to be there necessarily, but Paula and Glenn get married.
Oh my god.
Yes. The members of the Obsidian Winds are, well, yeah, he died.
Expediting things.
Yeah, very much so. The members of the Obsidian Winds are invited as guests to attend.
Oh, yeah.
Wolfgang, you were invited as one of the groomsmen.
Best man, you got it. I'll be there.
I think he is one of his crimson copies.
Best man, I'll be there.
Yep, best man.
Is there opportunity
character
to
here.
throw him in the drink?
To throw him a drink.
Because the professor
Yeah.
will.
Bachelor party?
Sure. Yes, absolutely. At one point or another, it does happen.
Can I
Is
send a
JJ
poison
Applegate
ale?
there?
Poisoned ale.
So he shits himself.
Yeah. We're making him drink till he shits himself that night.
No, JJ Applegate's
it's called
officiating,
revenge.
right?
Yeah. Is JJ Applegate the officiant?
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
absolutely.
That's-
He marries them off and
100%.
everything.
Can you just roleplay that?
I
real
rolled a
quick?
natural 20 on his con save.
Son of a bitch.
It is his wedding.
His
Yeah,
ass
fine.
cheeks are like a diamond.
Stop pooping.
He wills it away.
That's like the gif where the guy sucks the tear back in.
Get back in there. During which, in that time in particular, 2 individuals are gifted some magic items. The professor.
Am I one of them?
Yes. Professor, you are granted your gauntlets that are finally finished by Paula. Would you like to describe what they look like?
Sure. So these are finally, I guess it was supposed to be 1, but they can be 2. It's fine.
It can be 1. It's up to you.
That'll be 2.
Okay.
So these are very finely crafted, just kind of ornate. They have a very bright silver sheen to them. Even when I said they'd be made of celestial steel.
Yeah.
So made of celestial steel, so having this silver color to them. On the backs is a looks like a magic circle that is raised up with 9 different gemstones surrounding it, and then one larger gem in the middle. Each of the smaller gemstones are a different color.
And what is this magic item called?
This is the prismatic conduit.
That's a sick name.
Wolfgang.
So, Doug.
An older dwarven gentleman steps forward. Gray, peppering his beard that extends out but is immaculately kept with an intricate braiding pattern and design. He's slightly balding towards the front, but most of his curly brown hair shines through. A little rosy in the cheeks. Despite his age, is very well built and muscular. Stepping forward in these fine silken robes with these kind of like pointed shoulders and like those slippers that kind of have like that upwards curl to the toe. Stepping up with Similina to his side, and his wife, Lavana,
So
is Lombard Garan.
Nirvana?
Lavana.
Lavana.
Yeah.
Nirvana.
Nirvana.
I just, how close all the get, like, Nalana, Lavana.
You name 100 different NPCs.
I know, I love it.
I have to pull it up. It's been a minute since I've had to.
I think that sounds right.
Yeah,
The professor is fangirling in the background.
fair enough. This is the hero of one of the heroes of the Everlost War.
Freaking hell, man.
Lombard Garan.
Yeah, Wolfgang will drop to a knee. And
You both drop to one knee at the same time.
Whoa.
And then you kiss.
You two would remember this all the time. Alex loved bowing to like show respect. Like he would do it to like peasants.
Picturing them both kneeling and just hitting their heads.
Yeah. He has attached to his back something that is completely wrapped up in these fine dark silk cloth. And as he kind of kneels, he's like, well, that's a little embarrassing.
I would say so, yes.
I wanted to,
After you.
well, you and your group were the ones responsible for keeping my daughter safe.
Yes.
And I've worked long and hard with countless craftsmen to bestow upon you this weapon. He kind of stands up, pulls out the cloth, and ceremoniously begins to unwrap it, bringing forward your legendary spear. The Flame of the Flame of Necroskia.
Yes.
Would you like to describe it?
Sure. Because I've put a lot of thought into it.
Okay. If you'd like, I could describe it, but it's up to you. I just want to give you the opportunity to make it what you want it to be.
So the shaft, I think is what we decided it's called, right?
Sure.
That is the technical name for it.
That is the technical name for it. Is a like dark reddish brown wood with these metal like spiraling rings towards the top, which at the top of it, the tip is the tip of the spear. Yeah. The blade.
Top of the tip is the tip of the spear.
Yep, that's what it
Best
is.
words.
And the blade itself is fashioned to almost look like a bonfire, kind of like a flame, essentially, and it glows with this like orangish yellow kind of shine.
Smells faintly of a campfire.
Does.
And he places it before you.
I take it. I'm extremely honored to be taking this from you. I feel like my accomplishments do not warrant a gift, but thank you.
Well, my daughter means everything to me. She's invaluable.
She's a very good kid.
He kind of pulls her in. She just like glazed over eyes, not wanting to be here in this moment.
I kind of look at her, like give her like a.
Thanks, Todd. All right.
I mean, you're going to stay at least for the night, correct? We have.
I'll drink some of you youngsters under the table, sure.
I think she told me that you like to drink. I also like to. Let's have some fun. You drink 2, I drink 1. Dwarven things, correct?
Dwarven things, yeah. You don't know what you just signed up for, buddy.
I think I do.
All right.
Proceed to get unbelievably hammered.
Uh,
Alcohol
For
poisoning.
those of you who find
Oh,
themselves
wow.
in Laminsa, you would also end up meeting Lombard Garon.
Awesome.
Meeting a dad.
Yeah, meeting the dad.
Uh-oh.
I forgot about that. Yeah, let's
So you're a frog man.
Yes, sir.
He kind of grips your hand tightly. The knuckles start to like pinch against each other.
Lose
Hard
20
grip.
HP.
So what happens when you're a farmer?
Yeah.
You get tough.
Oh! That's meta.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know what just happened.
It's a 2024 player's handbook joke.
Yeah.
The best jokes must be explained.
Anyway.
I don't have much else for you.
Okay.
Unless you have anything for me.
Nope.
I'd like your daughter's hand in marriage.
Nope.
All right. Ragwin?
Sir?
Sorry if I'm being a little familiar. My daughter said a lot about you all. Though in particular, the purple-haired one.
Purple hair.
Yeah, Nesta. Purplish pink. You know?
Got him.
Fucking smoked his ass, dude.
Got him.
Got like residual burns?
Yeah, oh, that was
I can hear
good.
that.
Bait and switch.
Oh, God.
Well,
Yeah.
Nesta is maybe the best of us.
Yep.
Well, I was interested to chat gods with her, but I guess she's not here today.
No, she's off on a very important mission.
All right. When your god calls, it's good to answer.
Did her god call?
They don't know the details of it.
Gross.
All we know is that she left.
Hey, let's save the bedroom talk, all right?
He sure thinks of himself as one. That's. She'll walk away awkwardly.
I thought Lunaris was a she, but okay.
She is, it's a complicated thing.
Yeah. I got it.
Can I introduce you to Professor Filson Olafir? He is a very big fan of yours.
Yeah. I think we've met before.
Yes, it is an honor to see you again.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. 2 hands. Oh, God. You're deceivingly strong. Yeah, you were at the Everlost War, too.
Yes, more behind the scenes, I'm afraid to say, but.
It's all good. I'm
We're
just
so good
I'm
at
just a
RP.
guy.
That
Okay.
is unequivocally untrue.
I know I'm perceived in a certain light, but I've always been a farmer at heart.
We are farmers.
Well, speaking of, how are the buffalo then?
Buddhist pastures are doing well. It's a nice little safe haven for them. I spend plenty of time out there with my girl.
I'd just like to get down back there one day, but
You should all come. Ride some of the buffalo.
We would love
I'm
to.
just like,
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
Ride buffalo.
I'm back, baby.
Well, it's a beautiful event.
That's where'd you come from?
Glad I got to be here for it. Let's have some drinks.
I'll drink to that.
You guys while away the evening, enjoying your drinks, or not, prestidigitating them away.
I get very, very drunk. Immediately.
You continuing forward with bits of time, we will move back to Nekrovskia, continuing to follow the professor and Wolfgang.
Prof gang.
As there was a promise to be kept, as Wolfgang, the professor, Bartolomé, and Doppeldan, who has recently moved back to Nekrovskia, have all taken up arms to slay a Remoraz.
It is very much like an 80s montage.
Yeah.
Like, we're like high-fiving and like, we're just getting ready to have the greatest time. Nothing bad happens, right?
Yeah, the fight goes pretty smoothly.
It does.
You all go in equipped with things to resist cold, as that was one of the biggest hurdles getting into that space. Though you do find, even with some of your cold resistance, it doesn't stop the freezing, biting frost from still trying to hurt you. It just doesn't hurt as much. I'm gonna change music here real quick. And I need to pull something up.
You both die.
As we come into this scene,
Get ready for our new characters, guys.
He just kills all
Died
of us
for-
in downtown.
We died fighting a monster.
hell yeah.
Brittany doesn't seem amused by that.
Now I have a backup character.
She's like, I'm so
I
ready.
was so
I'm
done.
most ready for my
I meant
own
more
death.
for all the new overlays that you just got.
Oh yeah.
All
that.
this new art out the window. As we come into this scene, it is very much like lower camera angle shot with you two like standing on the Remoraz, weapons in the Remoraz, pulling it out as you guys have successfully defeated this adult Remoraz. Ripping your blades and spears away. Oh.
Make him becomes porn.
I mean, we're cold. We'd be doing something.
Our body heat,
Cut class.
Doppeldan kind of wrapping up his arm
Make
from
a
a
bigger chest
steam burn that he had experienced. Bartolomé just kind of reveling in some of the new cuts across his body, new scars that he gets to tell stories about. All right. That was pretty good.
I think this would have not gone as easily if we had done that a year ago, 6 months ago, whenever that was.
You are all packing incredible heat.
That's what they say. No, nothing. Okay.
I'm not clever
Fuck myself
enough
then. Shall we continue explore the cold thing behind the door that we weren't able to get to last time?
Yes, let's. I'd
Alright.
like to see what's behind you.
Let me look it over real quick. I had to run last time from the ghosts of Rangwin.
It's Rangwin fucking with you.
Yes, pretty much.
She's not here, she can't hurt you.
I know. It's
You aren't
just-
all that bright, are
It's a
you?
lot.
It's a shame.
No, my hair is dark, so.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, let me look these over. He heads over to the door.
As he's doing it.
I would like Constitution saving throws from
Oh,
everyone,
shit.
though.
Have to roll a die.
Yeah.
If you're next to me, you get +3. So everyone gets +3.
Who's everyone?
The 3 other players that are
The
the 3
two
other.
other.
Well,
Or the one other.
in Doppeldan.
Yeah, but I'm not a player.
Sure.
Don't hate the player.
You said con. Dirty 20.
31.
23.
23. You take half damage.
What kind of damage is it?
Huh?
What kind of damage?
It's cold.
I take half damage.
Yes, you do.
I also take
Half
half.
damage.
I also take half damage.
Yeah.
I would have.
What would have been 3 is now 1.
Hey!
Oh.
Fuck.
It was 6. Got cut down to 3. Cut down to 1.
Brutal. 156.
Don't tempt him.
I'm not gonna change my HP.
Yeah, that's fine.
Tempt me further.
Bartolomea goes over to the door and kind of looking it over, brushing off and like chipping away at some of the ice nearby.
Can you really read this? Or are you
Yeah.
just fucking with us?
No, I can. It is a
Wasn't,
riddle
wasn't sure he could read in the
or
first place.
something.
What does the riddle say? I love these.
Best friend.
Cursed be thee that carries flame, carries as well will you this blame. Blackened land and choking sky, ember and fire for those who fly. With ice interred we cry out murderer, but those in flame they hail their emperor. Shit's weird. That was mine at the end. It does not say shit's weird.
It's nice that the translation still rhymes.
It does. Convenient that way.
The giant language is very
You're not here. Fuck off.
So it says they hail those with flame as their emperor, but that first part made it sound like that if we go in with fire, we're in for a bad time.
Maybe.
It sounded something about a
A lot of fire and ice and ice and fire. I don't.
Repeat that first part again.
Cursed be thee that carries flame.
I mean,
Carries as well will you this blame. Blackened land and choking sky, ember and fire for those who fly. The fly is weird. It's not like actual flying. I think they mean
Maybe like
running away.
Yes.
It just translates weird.
Okay, and then that last part.
With ice interred we cry out murderer, but those in flame they hail their emperor.
I'm lost.
Didn't this have something to do with the origins of the Frost Wilds? Because this wasn't always frozen tundra.
That sounds correct.
I don't know. I'm not entirely a historical person.
I do recall something of that effect.
It sounds
Maybe
familiar.
something you said?
Something someone told me.
There we go. Sounds right.
Yeah, I would say, Professor, your intelligence is high enough. The legend of the Frostwild is that the frost giants, before departing this plane of existence, had cursed this land during like a darkened blood moon. That they had performed some incredible ice-based magic, and the rumor is that it went out of control and started spreading across the upper half of this continent. And then eventually the ice giants left after the planar wars.
Well, we won't know anything if we don't press on, right?
I said let's do it.
Opening door. Swinging it open. The massive stone doors sliding, catching on occasion, but kind of keeps pushing and breaks some of the ice that has appeared within this chamber. Stepping inside is this massive circular space. What seems to have been maybe massive giant tables and stools and chairs now sit in disrepair, iced over, and abandoned long ago. In the center of this room, connected at the ceiling and the floor by bits of ice that come to like a central point, but then expand out in what almost looks like a quartz crystal, kind of made entirely of ice, though. And there's someone frozen inside of it.
A person?
A humanoid person, yes. From what you can tell, darkened skin,
You.
definitely taller than like Maverick, probably standing about 9 feet tall. Their hair is completely black, though it's hard to make out the shape of whatever this thing is that they're in. Kind of warps a bit of the visual, but you do see in their left hand is a massive greatsword that they are frozen in with. I would like all of you to make Constitution saving throws again. As a blast of cold radiates from
Saying all
this
of
room.
these. Just keep
Team.
doing it.
Okay. Nice.
They succeed again.
18.
18.
Fails.
24.
Succeeds.
Gotta flex money.
Got a new con, baby?
Oh, wait. Hold on. I'm a.
It's a dirty
20.
Sick.
Okay. Yeah.
Second
Your
wind?
charisma is so insane.
Right? I can do that now?
I think second wind is only to ability checks. I don't know if it's to saving throws. Indomitable is for saving throws.
Okay.
Yeah. Indomitable now adds your fighter level to whatever you rolled.
Right.
We have adjusted over to 2024 rule sets. So
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Probably
yeah.
could do
We
that,
should have
yeah.
announced that.
yeah.
That's an announcement.
So we are kind of learning some new things again.
Welcome back.
Um,
Day 1.
We're level 12.
Kind of hopping forward a little bit here though. You both would take 22 points of cold damage.
I'll make that
Uh,
11.
Cut in half to 11.
Okay. Well, it may.
Bartolomeo and Doubledan kind of like jump back at the bite of the cold in this room, and it is not dissipating. It seems to be growing stronger. Doubledan kind of backpedals a bit. He's just like, I don't think I can handle being in this room much longer, guys. As his eyebrows are like starting to frost over.
Step outside. We can take it from here.
Okay. He starts to head on out.
Should we take a crack at it?
Like hit it?
Yes.
The guy in the ice?
Yes.
He seems like a bad idea. Let's do it.
Isn't that how that usually works?
Yeah, let's go.
I
Nothing
will-
could possibly go wrong here.
I will reach over and turn the dial, and the red gem will glow. And as I'm holding the demolisher, it will light on fire.
Light on fire.
Walking up to my spear. Fire.
As fire
Bursts
coats
from it.
both of your weapons, the fire detaches from your weapons themselves and fly right up to this crystalline form.
Okay. It did say something about wielding fire.
Yeah,
Cursed
should've
be
seen this
thee
coming.
that carries flame.
Yeah, I could.
As the fire connects to this icy crystal, you see these number of runic glyphs begin to light up as a blast of steam, hot air begins to emanate from this space, and the ice begins to melt, gently lowering down.
Perfect. We wanted to melt this guy out of there anyways.
There is no flame around your weapons anymore.
That's fine.
Force.
Activates. As the ice melts away, this individual on their knees, face down into the ground.
I approach.
They are completely naked.
Excellent.
Nice.
The hanging dong?
From this angle, you can't really tell.
No, not very much then. Okay.
Cold in the snow.
Very well built, rippling muscles across the body.
Hot.
Um,
Let's do it.
The hair has what initially looked black has this bit of like light purple sheen to it that some of the light within this space kind of catches.
Nessa's half brother.
I approach slowly, kind of like my weapons are kind of at my side, shields up, but I'm
Bartolomeo kind of gets in stance with you.
I walk up to him.
Okay.
I lean down, put my hand on him.
Okay.
And cast Cure Wounds. No. Yeah.
You can do lay on hands too if you just want to do like 1 point.
Yeah, let's do that.
As you're pumping a bit of divine energy into him, you notice there's no like damage across his body. But he looks up at you.
I have a blanket cloak thing I pull out and I like put it over him.
he kind of stands up rapidly, stumbling back and like
And I
landing on his ass,
Back up.
pulling the cloak over, just looks at you both.
Do you speak common?
I can, yes.
Excellent.
Oh, good. This will be much easier.
Yes, I assumed this was going to be a chore. I am Wolfgang Ravencroft.
Professor Filson Olafia.
Your dialects are odd.
Thank you. How do you find yourself trapped in this ice?
Roll a persuasion check.
Ha!
Nat 20.
Oh, damn.
Nice.
We roll so well at making friends.
I
That's why there's so many NPCs.
was once considered cursed by the ilk of the ice giants.
Ice giants.
Yes,
You've known ice giants?
my parents were ice giants.
But you're just a baby.
How long do you... There's no way you would know the answer. How long do you think you've been frozen for?
I don't know if I could possibly answer that.
Zach, what year is it?
Not without.
Oh, fucking A. It's
4,100.
Shut up! No!
no. It's something 26.
What?
4,126?
God damn it.
Keegan ruined it all.
I got your back. He's my little buddy. I'm not
trust him
Implicitly.
This is why.
Professor, how long has he been frozen? Use your powers.
When was the last time giants were seen?
Giants were seen probably well over 4,000 years ago.
And about 126.
Probably even longer than that.
Oh, wow.
Probably about 4,500 years ago. Giants were last seen on this plane of
We're
existence.
going back into the previous age
Yeah.
for this.
Oh.
At least 4 millennia, minimum.
PK, pre-catalyst.
Jeez.
What is your name?
My name's Balfour.
It's great to meet you, Balfour. Is that your sword?
Oh, yes. As it bursts into flames and appears in his own hand again.
Oh, that is excellent.
So,
This is my blade, Kindler.
That's an excellent name.
what was this curse that you spoke of?
He digs it into the ground, and it begins to bubble lava over onto the ground. He kind of hoists himself up. The ice giants believed to be cursed, as I was kin to them, but bear the lineage of fire giants.
So,
Makes you a steam giant.
Oh my god.
is that the thing?
No,
So are
not
you
entirely.
are you or are you not a giant?
Half giant.
What's the other half? Is that insensitive? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar.
Well, when you're a half giant, but both your parents are giants,
That makes you a giant.
you would think.
Very confusing.
And because of this
The man.
affliction, I was branded some sort of dangerous omen. Professor, roll me a history check. Actually, not history, sorry. Straight intelligence. This is a remembering moment.
Balfour.
Back on the
of
cave
the hills.
walls when they were
Remember
worshipping
history.
someone in an orb.
41,
Not necessarily, no.
44.
Nope.
Reminder, you all have heroic inspiration.
Goddamn
if any
right I
rolls
do.
happen at the table.
This is what we saw in the cave, isn't it? Yeah. Worshipping the person in the orb.
I was wondering who would remember.
I don't even take notes.
They call me Encino Man.
Okay, so it was an 11.
But it's
Can
really
I
what?
use
Spell?
second wind to...
Yeah, I believe so,
Because
yeah.
it's just... If I
Yeah,
fail
because it's an
on
ability check.
Yeah. If I fail an ability check.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. You said it's a total of 11?
Yeah.
Yes, this would be considered a failure.
I'm helping you. He's a...
15.
15 was what you needed. You recall back to the time when you had gone down into the Underdark, and you had stumbled across that giant obsidian city. And when you took refuge for a moment, there were markings, drawings on the wall of an individual floating in flame with numbers of fire giants bowing before them in reverence. Though this individual looks a little different, as the blade was depicted with purple flame coated around it. This blade does not have a purple flame.
I forgot attacked by the brain dragon.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
One man's curse can be another man's god.
What?
In our previous travels, we've found remnants of fire giant civilization. There are strikingly similar markings, though they depict what is on the outside of this as a curse. That is in much more of a positive light. But you can't turn that purple, can you?
No.
Perhaps there's something that needs to happen to fit those requirements.
Ran out of colors.
Purple's too expensive.
I have some things to think about, but I appreciate you all releasing me from my prison.
I invite you to my city. You
Thank
will
you.
be
I-
provided food, lodging, where you are able to do whatever it is you need to do next.
I appreciate your hospitality, but I feel a call. Something pulling me somewhere, and I have to answer it.
Is it in? And I will give rough directions towards the obsidian city.
Mm-mm. He looks down to his blade. She calls to me.
Okay.
Once more, I do appreciate what you've done.
She being
Thank you.
He gestures to his blade.
the blade
Yes,
is speaking to you.
always has. Perhaps we shall meet again.
Do you happen to know the?
He digs it into the ground. A circle begins to appear around him, connecting lines and runic spaces as he plane shifts.
Whoa.
I
Counter
want
spell.
to know more about.
As a burst of fire wraps around him, and he's gone.
I wanted to know more about that sword.
I'm sorry. That was very cool, though, right?
It was very cool, but we also just had a wealth of knowledge and information on ancient history. Just walk away from us!
Yes, but I mean, you can't force a man to give you more than he's willing.
Yes!
I
We
mean,
can!
That's what these are for!
Tell me everything.
We have done it for thousands of years!
I mean, we just woke him from a 4,000-year nap. We could give him, some time to do what he wants.
Something you both begin to feel and notice is this room is beginning to warm up.
Do you think that was a mistake, what we just did?
He seems nice enough.
It was pleasant. I mean,
Perfect criteria.
your point being very well taken. One man's villain is another man's god. I mean, it's...
Isn't Kylus and his faction in the Plane of Air fighting against Plane of Fire?
Sure.
Oh shit. I hope that's not where he went.
He plane shifted like water.
You fucking fuck.
Oh.
It's almost like I know what I'm doing.
It's all coming together.
It's probably nothing, though.
It's nothing he can't handle.
I mean, honestly, it's not our problem. Is there any other treasure or interesting things in this room?
Unfortunately, no.
You just fucked Kylos and left.
I didn't do shit.
That'll have no
Yeah, he's gonna get
consequences
pegged by
later
that
on.
That's not my problem.
Wolfgang, the next day,
Uh-huh.
the flame does return to your spear.
Sick.
Yes. As does the opportunity to choose fire on your gauntlet.
Oh, it took a whole ass day.
It took a whole day for the fire to return.
Okay.
Yes.
I would have been like,
Yeah. As you like swapped it over, just like ooh, new toys. You noticed fire wasn't happening.
this can't be broken already.
Yeah. And then when you tried it again
you
the
get
next
the warranty?
day, it did
Usually
come
a
back.
year. Manufacturer's warranty on
Just
that?
return it.
Talk to Paula about
Get your money back.
exchange.
You just like call her up, and she's like mass producing them in a factory.
What's your
Like-
model number?
Yeah, shit breaks in like a month. All right, slaying the Rimmeress.
We did
Very
it.
good.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Yep.
I don't know what I mean.
Hate
We
this
helped
game.
the frozen
I play
guy.
D&D.
I think we did the right thing here. I've yet to be proven wrong on that.
Moving forward ever so slightly. I believe you wanted to be part of the conversation with Caldradan.
Yes.
Wolfgang and Professor.
Back again.
Back
Back at it.
again.
What else can we fuck up?
I think we haven't fucked a thing up yet.
We should plane shift him to the fire plane too.
It's not a bad idea.
I mean, they didn't do the plane shifting.
I just helped an innocent man. That's all I know.
He said
I-
thank you.
I love when an NPC casts a 7th level spell and everyone just goes, "They're not a good person."
Again,
Drugs
I'm
think we
not saying
can't. I don't trust them.
I think everything's fine.
Regular people don't get that powerful.
I don't think it
Only
was the
villain.
7th level spell that
Seventh
got
level.
my
7th level.
spell.
It's the literal zero knowledge.
The what?
Literal zero knowledge.
Wolfgang,
Yo.
why do you approach Caldradan,
Well,
Caltrans,
who does
Caltrans.
fly to your city to meet with you?
beautiful. I'm just gonna repeat that moment now.
Flying high overhead,
Is-
roaring his arrival.
Is Caltradan the one that can turn into like a person?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mid-
Okay,
Mid-elf
and he
professor.
did, right?
He
He's
is
the
the-
book one.
Yes,
Okay,
he's the book
thank
one.
you.
Landing upon the ground.
Kinda. Calderdan,
It has been a while.
it is fantastic to see you.
Caltradan, it is wonderful to see you again.
Pleasure.
How have the intervening months treated you?
Good. The Shadow Dome plaguing your city has been well, it's been good that it's gone.
It was a good fight, though. At the end there.
Indeed. One to tell for tales to come at the monastery.
Dragon coming in, just epically thrashing all the shadows.
Epically.
Epic.
A new word for my vocabulary.
It's a pretty common one, but anyways. What brings you to the city?
You summoned me.
That sounds more correct.
Yes.
Was actually hoping
This is going great.
was actually hoping to take my friend here. I'm sure you remember the professor. To your temple. Knowledge,
Is not my temple.
or the temple you protect.
Yes.
I believe I had mentioned to you that there is a white dragon in the area.
True.
I've
Though,
been,
though as I now need to retcon, metallic and chromatic are not inherently evil or good anymore. They have their own
it was like
alignment based off their upbringing.
it was like half in character.
Metallic is not inherently good. Chromatic is not inherently evil in my world anymore.
We'll get a lore drop on that later.
It wasn't like it changed. I had to retcon. It was never that way.
Excellent.
Tiamat. Gone.
Tiamat doesn't exist.
Bahamut.
Bahamut does not exist in my
Gone.
world.
F in chat. Okay. Well, anyways, thank you for that lore. I did not know those things.
You're welcome.
Professor just has a book. Everything is wrong!
Ugh, why is my nose bleeding?
It's some psychic thing that happens to the best of us.
good, Mr. Calderdan.
We would like to visit your temple, or the temple you protect. my friend here would like to read a few thousand of your books, if he has the opportunity.
Of course.
And then I would like your help making a permanent ally of this other dragon.
Speak of their disposition.
He's a bit grumpy. He has some metallic pieces, head, tail. I don't quite remember. He was
Half chromatic, half metallic.
No.
Construct would be the word.
That.
My curiosity is piqued.
He was experimented on in this underground city. We helped him escape, and then he helped us escape. And then kind of, we decided we wouldn't kill each other and we'd be friendly-ish.
Monstrous to treat dragons in such a way.
I agree.
That's what these people are.
We have a future appointment with them, is my plan.
I would be interested in speaking with this dragon. What is their name?
Balacrats.
Do they bear a title?
The strange.
I don't remember. I
hate
don't
you.
remember Balacrats having a title.
He did not have one when you met him initially.
I got
Do you have what's your title?
Caldradan the Knowing.
What?
The Knowing.
That's an
Oh, I
excellent
thought you
title.
said gnome.
Hey guys, it's Doppeldan. The greatest prank I've ever pulled.
You're
I
just
died
like your
for it.
son.
Frogman's a dragon.
It's half dragon. None of the benefits.
Come back from a year and he's got like scales growing.
Okay.
I do
Well,
know.
Dragon puberty.
do you know of an easy way to find a dragon? Just errant.
Dragons bear a particular scent. Even if I haven't known them before, you don't come across them everywhere. If I can find a spot to begin, I can work my way from there. Which we will cover really fast for downtime purposes.
Let's do it.
You guys jump on his back.
I fly my griffin.
I'll
Oh,
jump
right.
on his back.
I was like, how do you have a grip? Oh, right.
I have a
Trailing
Yeah.
way behind the dragon.
Wait, is it
You
slower than the
eventually-
dragon?
Oh, yeah.
Never mind. I'd rather-
The dragon's flying like 88
miles an hour?
No, 80 feet around. Without a dash.
I thought you said without a dad. I was like, that's so sad.
No dad.
They
No
always
dad.
move faster without a dad.
Ooh, Kaila's.
I'm so
It's not the haste. Taking off into the sky. You guys probably camp and travel for a while to find some means of tracking down Balacrats
Hell yeah, we do.
before you do eventually, or Caldradan eventually catches a scent and begins to follow it. You eventually come down to the southern eastern side of the Frostwilds, during which time the snow has begun to melt rapidly.
The frostwilds are getting less frosty.
Yes.
There's the wilds now.
I knew it.
You broke the frostwilds?
That was the origin of the Frostwilds, was that giant.
Flying
Chapter.
along,
After
autumn
everything.
actually begins to approach
So
the
casual.
Frostwilds.
Climate change.
It's happening so fast.
Granted, it is still the north. Like, it will get cold once again, but you're heading into autumn. It's not snowing again just yet. Flying off, though, you do make your way to essentially what looks like this ramshackle village with tiny little dragon-like people surrounding it, who have begun to build their own life. As all three of you begin to approach, a white dragon takes off from the top of a mountain and begins to fly and soar over. Caldradan landing, looking up. A bunch of these small little dragonoid individuals kind of freak out and start to arm themselves with different
Kind of.
spears. Yes, kobolds. They all bear white dragon scale marks across their body. And they all kind of rush forward, trying to appear threatening at their remarkable 2 feet tall height.
Hey,
Yeah, you're taller than that.
Candy.
Yeah, you're taller than that.
I kick one. No, I don't.
Balacrats as hundreds of these kobolds are now starting to approach. Balakratz has been busy building a following.
God, amazing.
Did he make them?
I mean, do you have 3 minutes we can talk about the physiology of this?
Nope.
Okay. Fair enough.
Are they his?
Find out. As Caldradan kind of leans forward, offering a bit of like, I understand I'm in your territory.
We cool, bro.
Yes, very much so.
I'm kind of, weapons, hands up.
You notice a lot of the metallic aspects to Balakratz have been modified and shifted and changed. What was once that plate of metal covering his eyes have been turned into this bright white sensor that seems to flash with arcane energy, almost scanning the space around him.
Artificer.
The tail, what was once initially this singular ray, occasionally adjusts, switching and changing into this long, barbed proboscis that seems to emit steam and heat. There have been some major modifications done to Balakratz over time.
Maverick just walks out.
Oh, hey guys.
What brings you all here? As per our original agreement, I promised I wouldn't attack on sight.
And I appreciate you holding up to it. You look like you have been very busy. You are looking very healthy
My following.
and powerful.
Yes. My kin. My army.
Excellent. Are you building this army for any reason in particular?
Reassurance. Protection. A show of force.
Vengeance?
Vengeance,
Ah.
you say.
I mean,
Speak more of this.
well, you are not a fool. You are very clearly very wise and smart and all of those good things.
You hear Caldradan just kind of chuckle underneath his breath.
As far as I remember, we escaped the same place together.
Indeed.
And it strikes me that we both have a vested interest in paying back those who wronged us down there.
I would like to see Prini Evelki's frosted corpse shatter under the weight of my forearm.
Sounds excellent. She has much punishment coming to her. With that said, I propose an alliance. The city of Nekrovskia, in the center of this continent, part of the continent, and you, and your city here.
At this point, the scan starts to focus a little further downwards on what you're writing at this moment.
What of the Silver One?
This is our friend. Balakratz?
The head rises up, bringing up its chest in full glory and pride. I am Caldradan. I protect the Shiru Monastery, and I have fought side by side with these warriors. I am here as a means of protection and assurance.
An interesting proposal.
Roll a persuasion check.
Guidance.
You don't have guidance.
You don't have
Wait, do I have guidance?
You have heroic inspiration.
You do.
I don't need it, bitch. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
All right.
That's all, folks. Balakrat's coming.
A deal, then.
This part of the Frost Wilds is yours. The part where the monastery is his, and the city is ours, and the surrounding areas.
12 mile.
At least 12 miles. Probably much more than that, being as the Frost Wilds are much bigger than
Fucking huge.
12 miles.
They're huge.
Does that seem fair?
I believe that can be agreed upon.
I do ask one thing. Do not attack Voxstrom until we are all ready. As a unit, as a force, as an army, I think we will have no problem accomplishing the justice that is coming to those down there.
I am eager to feel the crunch of metal in my jaws.
Excellent.
He was homeschooled. It's weird. If either of you speak Draconic.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was German, but I'll let it slide. I know exactly what you said.
He essentially
Rammstein.
speaks to the kobolds about
Did you catch that?
to hasten their preparations of training and to prepare their weapon.
Agreed.
I will call for you when it is time. I'll give you... How much time do you think it would take your army here to make it to Voxstrom?
We do require rest. We cannot march without
Of course.
stopping.
Just, you know,
It would be a couple weeks, at least.
I will give you 1 month warning.
Excellent. That should be enough.
I ask you though, do not attack until I give you the word.
I will dampen my excitement.
You have all of this room, so many things to have your army deal with.
There are those barbarians to the west I wish to feast on.
They might have metal.
Not the metal I wish to acquire.
One step at a time, right?
Yes. Caldradan. I am Balakrat's the Altered.
He's an altered man? Altered female?
Now.
Altered dragon.
It was good to see you.
Likewise.
We will contact you soon.
All these little kobolds and start to waddle and wander away. One of them like pushes the other one over, and then they like all gang up on each other and start wrestling.
Are any of them? Is there one that is kind of like hanging back and just like watching us?
One to adopt?
No, unfortunately.
Damn.
Not with the 3.
All right. Fuck him then. Give somebody some. Give a kobold some fucking badass
Kidnap
shit.
one of them.
For the sake of downtime, we will move forward from this moment.
If you need bridges accessible.
Huh?
If you need bridges accessible.
Okay.
So you know.
I believe we can actually wrap up Wolfgang's final moment.
I'm dying?
Yeah, absolutely. As you lay on your
Your
deathbed.
final moment.
You are a human.
I am a human. Okay, that's fair.
A whole year. God.
Let's go over the arrival of Kilanondra, your new ambassador to Tonkton.
All right, then. Forgot about this thing. The most impactful thing. Got it, okay.
She is here to discuss the means of implementing a teleportation circle within the city of Nekrovska and attaching it to some of the other cities, major cities within Tonkin's
Regime.
influence.
Or make you Tonkin's bitch.
Yes, so eventually an airship, not your airship, but an airship.
Whoever's standing next to him, like, doesn't matter if they're one of the group or not.
It's your wife.
But she knows.
She's like, yes, yours is much bigger.
Won't you forget it?
I won't.
This feels hollow.
All victory.
Eventually, the airship landing. Stepping out is an entourage of a number of individuals, particularly 2 different Obscura, along with a number of mechanical warriors. Warriors you have seen before, down in Voxstrom. This is not unusual. You have seen these before you even made it to Voxstrom. These are Tinkermen, and they're rather common within Tonkton. Equipped with their stun batons, they stand as Keela approaches.
Do a flourishing bow.
Well, it's been some time since I've been to Necroskia. Yep, that's Tonkton's dialect.
I want to spend a whole campaign there.
You must be Wolfgang. Mr. Ravencroft, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Add the Mr. account.
Matron of Necroskia. She acknowledges Victoria, who leads, essentially.
It is good to finally meet you, Keela.
I'm here with a proposition.
Okay. Start this off. Well?
Oh, wow, wait. We would like to establish a teleportation circle here. Connect it to Tonkton, connect it to Laminsa. I think those are our only 2 major connecting points that we're going to be focusing on for now. Taliv is a little too quaint to be investing that much time and energy and money into.
I'm sure there will be more in the future, though.
As we grow and improve, absolutely.
You propose a teleportation circle. Okay. What do you intend to do with it?
Open up trading routes. Wouldn't have to rely on cargo getting lost in the snow, though it seems a lot warmer up here since last I was here.
There have been some changes. Climate change, you know.
I don't, but all right.
No one could have seen it coming.
It's true. It would operate as a means of quick access in and out of the city. It would be relegated and looked after, making sure no nefarious individuals have access to it.
I appreciate you bringing up the concept of nefarious. We have a, well, there... How long are you here for?
Well, I imagine we're going to rest for a little while. It is quite the flight out here.
Are you interested in a hike?
I suppose I could be convinced.
You should come on a hike. Take your regiment or whatever. And we will go. Come. I will show you. There's something very important that I imagine you will want to tell your people about.
All right.
I take them to... So we...
Onyx Fort.
Yeah, Fort Onyx.
Fort Onyx. Which
has
has been...
So yeah.
Go ahead and describe it.
No.
Or...
So
Maverick.
as we approach, I imagine our good friend Maverick is waiting at the bridge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
To establish essentially what this scene is, we are coming up on the massive mountain and chasm where you would normally go to access the origin stone for necromancy. What has recently been built on either ends of what originally was that stone bridge are now 2 forts on either end, with now essentially what is currently now a drawbridge that would extend out from either ends to connect. Otherwise, it's this massive ravine that you would have to fly across.
What else is there, Maverick?
on top of the ramparts of the both sides of the fortress, lie these kind of
It's tricky to describe.
They're in
it's
place.
they're almost just like kit bashed metal emplacements that have features that kind of are similar to how Maverick changes his arm into his arm cannon to cast his magic. There seems to be ones with multiple hollow barrels, and then there are, on each one, there is a small belt, essentially all tied together in succession, with wands in each slot.
Have you made a machine gun magic missile?
Yeah,
like
motherfucker. The city
this
now
is
has
the dumbest, most amazing fucking thing I've ever heard.
We calculated it out. In about a minute, it can deal roughly 298 points of damage.
So it's like a
It
magic
is a magic missile
machine.
turret.
Yeah.
It's a
Which,
MMM.
which over the course of 10 rounds deals about
MMG.
298 points of damage. On average.
And there's multiple of them.
Yes.
Let's say there's
And there's also all
There's-
around the city.
I would say there's two
He
on
just broke the game.
Yep.
there's two in the front, two in the back, and then there are, let's say,
How many of these did you make?
Many.
a lot.
Yeah.
Maverick's been busy.
This is most of what Maverick's been doing during
That's
downtime.
why he didn't go
He's-
fight
he
the
has
Rimmer
spent
with us.
a year working on pretty much just this.
Wow.
So can we say two in the front for it, two in the back for it, and then four at the actual entrance
At the-
of
yes.
the cave?
And again, that doesn't count the ones he built around the city itself.
Amazing.
All you need is one shield spell.
Yeah.
But that's last 6 seconds, right?
That's fair.
Yeah.
Is that-
But by the time his shield spell's gone, his turn has started back up, so now he has his reaction again.
How many shield spells do you have?
If it was me, a shit ton.
Let's see what we can do.
If you have enough spell slots, I mean, you're looking at 4, 7.
Yeah.
Like, you can get past 10 rounds with
But anything
being
mundane,
Stop.
fucking
Yeah, like,
eviscerated.
this is crazy
It's-
borked. But there are ways around it, like,
It's
if
meant to
people are
be
powerful enough. Like,
mundane shit.
it's meant to
Yeah.
destroy a ton of undead that would show up that aren't rock and shield spells.
Fuck yeah, man.
Like, that's what it's there for.
Yeah,
I mean,
or like
wizards were fucked.
bandits and barbarians and that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
Yeah.
18th level necromancer. Yeah, no.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, yeah, screw you.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's so cool.
Yeah, even like an
my favorite
anti-magic
part of
field
today so
around
far.
yourself, and like those missiles just dissipate.
Not bad, eh?
In that moment, as you begin to say that, do you demonstrate?
Oh shit! Is it time?
It's time.
Hold on. He throws off his.
Because no one knows what this is. They're just looking at a structure, and they're like, weird arch, or well, that's not my dialect. That's weird architecture you got going on.
He will fly up to the top of the front fortress, throw off his like cowboy duster, and pull out a very like nice, clean, and proper military coat. Take off the cowboy hat and put on a beret, and then pull out a large, already lit cigar.
Oh my god.
In that moment,
This
as
is incredible.
like Tony Stark's Jericho missile moment, just a array of magical arcane missiles erupt, scattering and destroying a bunch of the grounded area in a terrifying and incredible display of magical power.
I love America.
North, 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 north.
That's what they all start chanting, too.
And wait till you hear the sigil that I put in after it's done. And I hit like a glyph, and it's
Yes, I knew that's what you were.
Eagle caw in the sky.
That's amazing.
It's a red
In my America, it sounds like this.
Like a turkey?
Yeah, because turkeys were supposed to be the national
that's
bird.
Mackenzie's favorite fact.
There we go.
Oh my god.
That one was for you, Mackenzie.
There you go. Yes, in this incredible display of firepower, Keela Nundra kind of just eyes wide, shocked. Just,
Impressive, eh?
All right, get ready for another round.
do y'all have license for that?
Of course we do. But this is not why I brought you out here.
All right.
This exists to protect something. And that is why I brought you.
Protect what?
Oh, follow me. We go into the temple or the fort.
As you head into the fort, you
Why
come
are
to
you
the
telling this lady everything?
the main arcane glyph that is
I'm
activated,
so glad I'm not there.
and the other fort activates it as well,
Shit in your pants.
connecting the bridge. As you cross along into the northern fort.
We trust Tungsten implicitly.
Absolutely.
They're underground prisons.
I don't trust anyone with that weird accent.
They're super above board. As you walk into the space, over time, that grayish form has condensed back to its initial shape, though it stays in that grayish hue, but it keeps its size and scale. And
Is it still misty?
proportion. It is still misty. Something else that has appeared as well. In the massive chasm below that you would normally fall down into, has appeared. The best way I can describe it is the look of oil on water, that rainbow mixture, like sheen and mix, that has like the swirls and shapes that kind of form into it. It's essentially that, like a liquid has been lifting and rising, though it has gone to a height and stayed there. The liquid has no actual mass to it, it seems. You can like fly into it and fly through it, but if your flight were to ever end, you would just descend as if nothing was there. But it doesn't seem gaseous. It's odd and unusual. Yeah.
Okay.
Keela is confused for certain.
We are all confused.
Light photons do have mass, so it is confusing.
You know what I mean by that.
Nobody cares, teacher.
Nerd. What am I looking at?
Are we inside now?
Yes.
This is a origin stone of necromancy. It is the emanation of all necromantic energy on our plane of existence. It exists here in a weird gaseous form, and we have built this fort to protect it.
Well, I appreciate the initiative and your precautions.
Felt important. This is the description of what it can do, because I totally remember.
Yeah.
You
You essentially describe the area of effect that it implies, and also the, at the sacrifice of your own personal health, the potential to cast at will what could be considered very powerful magics.
Now, I had
Tell them all.
a lot of advice to keep this to ourselves. And to
Amazing.
and was strongly encouraged by my friends and family
I was waiting to see if he spat it out.
that this alerting you, telling Tongton, was not the best idea for my city's safeguard. I disagree.
You'd be right in that. We can help. Give you extra firepower. Extra means of defending the space.
I also want you to bring some wizards and study what we have here. These two, the Obscura. I would like for you to establish 6, 8 of them at all times in this fort.
That's a hefty number.
It
It's
is.
not something I'm going to be able to greenlight
Of
necessarily,
course.
but it's something I can bring to the president.
I think you should. This is incredibly dangerous. This is
Sounds it.
something that we cannot move, and nor will we move away from. That's why I'm bringing it to you. I want your help. In exchange for your help, we will allow the establishment of your teleportation circle.
Roll a persuasion check.
Because I'm convincing as fuck.
No, you're just rolling it because you made the argument.
It's cocked.
I was
You
totally...
should have slit her throat the second she came off that
Keep it.
airship.
7.
Flash of Genius 12.
Okay. Why is your persuasion so low?
And it's just plus 3.
Oh, jeez.
It's not proficient.
You do also have heroic inspiration if you wanted to use
I
it.
do want to use it.
Okay.
Wait, didn't you use it already?
No, I did not.
Oh, that's right, you did.
Dirty 20 with to be a 25.
Okay. That's better than a 12. She kind of looks you up and down. Mr. Ravencroft.
I do not know your last name.
It's Nondra.
Miss Nondra,
You have an accord?
we have a deal.
I will run it past the president.
Of course.
Make sure everything's above board, but I think we could convince him to safeguard this space.
I would like to meet your president. Our president.
We'll see if it can be arranged.
I would happily come to the city.
Yeah, you'd probably be coming to him rather than him coming to you.
Of course. Unless this is something important enough for him to see himself. It is pretty incredible.
He'll trust his advisors.
Fair enough.
Not even real.
He's behind a curtain.
He's been dead for 10 years.
Well, this has been very exciting. I'm interested in seeing some of this Nekrovskian hospitality that I've heard so much about.
Oh, there is a great feast tonight in your honor.
Most excellent. Let's chat more about these details. And we'll go over some of the teleportation circle expectations.
Excellent.
Oh, is there anything more?
Those are good.
Nailed it.
Guns are excellent.
All right, well, I'm gonna start working on those landmines.
God.
Electrified barbed wire.
Dog. Which,
Spotlight.
for once, it was a perfect opportunity for the fucking dogs
I
to
know,
start
right?
barking, and they didn't.
Come on.
We don't need. They're never there when we need it.
Wrapping up some of that downtime, the teleportation circle begins to be created, underway. And not just one teleportation circle, but two. There is one for Tonkton, and there is one for Leminsa.
Oh.
In Nekrovskia now.
Didn't realize that's how it worked.
Is there one in Leminsa for?
Yes.
Oh wow.
So from Leminsa, you can use a teleportation circle. If you teleport yourself, it is 1 gold. If you need someone to teleport you, it is 5 gold per person.
Who gets that money?
The
The
city.
government.
Yeah.
Which city?
I'll
The
beat
city
that
that
price.
you're going to, or?
It would probably it would probably
Start
go to,
underselling.
it'd probably go to specifically that city itself.
Capitalism.
So, Nekrovskia.
Yeah, Nekrovskia
If
would
you're
be making
leaving or if you're coming to.
if you're leaving.
I need to know
if
how
you're
this
going
economy
if you're
works.
going to this teleportation circle, you pay that city.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. It takes a year, so you gotta explore that in game.
Yeah. But a means of teleporting on the continent of Faldoran is quickly underway, though for a price.
I can't do it myself, right?
Correct.
I got you.
Yeah.
I'm taking
Which is why you
teleportation
would
circle.
there would be someone present who could cast a teleportation circle for you, but if they have to do it for you, it costs 5 gold.
Unless I go with Frogman.
In which case, access to it would cost 1 gold. It's
But
it's
if
a
we go
lower
to
price.
Nekrovskia, we're free, right?
Or if you show up after hours.
We'll see.
What about Sundays?
All right, let's move on.
Sundays don't exist in my world.
Oh,
There's
that's
only 6
true.
days in the week.
No rest.
Every day is God's.
Sorry.
Lunaris just looks
sorry.
down. Yeah.
Real quick,
Yeah.
we also now have in Nekrovskia a temple to Lunaris.
Yes.
Sick.
We have a chapter of the Obsidian Winds.
Yep.
The Storm's Rest Tavern has been built up.
Mhm. And it's
there-
bustling.
It's bustling. It is owned by the city. And
You haven't been around to fight for that.
30% of proceeds.
You've not been around to negotiate that.
I slept with one gnome.
who? There's no one in my city by that name. I'm sorry. I got conned.
Gnome?
Oh no!
Oh, no!
You don't remember the name? Sorry.
I don't remember this.
Noas gnome.
Story
And the Professor Filson Olafier's
Memorial.
No, school for rather somewhat gifted children is.
Somewhat gifted.
children.
Taking what I can get.
That's amazing.
Who wants to learn fighting?
Fighting and the history of fighting.
You're gonna study stuff.
What else happened with Wolfgang? Anything?
You had a kid.
There's that, yeah.
You haven't talked
Oh
about
my
it yet.
fucking god.
You're like, we have a bar, we have a oh, I have a fucking kid. Like,
Yeah.
What's the kid's name?
Her name, because that's what we roll for, is Anastasia Philomena Ravencroft.
Anastasia Philomena Ravencroft.
And the Philomena is in honor of the man who gave his life
Dogma.
defending Necropsia.
Yes, Filson.
Professor Filson.
Uncle Phil always got you.
Uncle Phil. And that is what we refer to him as.
How old is she gonna be?
Fucking just born.
At this point, she's like a number of months at this point.
Okay.
But
Anastasia.
by the time everything closes, she'll be nearing her first birthday. Professor, was there anything else you were wanting to tackle?
No, for sake of time, no.
Okay.
Like, I would have gone to the Calderdan's temple and get in the library and all that.
Yeah.
But that can just, again, be another 80s montage of...
Yeah, 80s montage. You get to see something just to note the space itself since you're heading to the Shiro Monastery for the first time. It is a perfectly acclimated 72 degrees there at all times, no matter what time of the year it is. When you approach, you are led in by an entourage of cats.
What?
to the temple, the dragon?
To the Shiro Monastery.
Am I there?
Probably like 50 cats show up
probably
and
been
like
there.
greet
Clear,
you
it's a
and,
production of
and
cats.
lead you in.
Like, it's
Of all sorts of different colors. Some of them are bobcats as
Just a bunch
well.
of people.
There's even tigers. There's some panthers as well.
Are there lions?
Yes.
And tigers?
Oh my.
Yes.
No bears?
No bears.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Bears have been outlawed ever since the incident.
It was unbearable.
Grizzly.
Brown.
Brittany, come back and help me.
We're saying it because Brittany would have done the pun.
Calderdan does lead you into his underground lair, where he has wall to wall a library. Just books upon books upon books of just ridiculous to the incredible, to spell books, to journals of historical journals, things of that nature, and lets you go nuts if you want
I
to.
will have at it.
This monastery is home to a number of different monks who fight specifically in the focus of shadows. And have learned to teleport and teleport through shadow, manifest shadow within the space.
Copycat.
A little bit.
The professor becomes a monk, and...
There you go.
My final
Yeah.
form.
They have a temple there to the god Kizaru, who is also known as the Feline King, the deity of all feline entities. Including Tabaxi. Yeah.
The only thing that at various points, the professor would go back to Laminsa, check in with Rengwin, and do anything that needs to be done amongst the Obsidian Winds.
A lot easier to do, especially once the teleportation circle is established. But other than that, the action surge shows up upon beck and call and will ferry you all where you need to go. For the ship to show up from Laminsa to Nekrovska is roughly, I think I calculated, it's like a 4-day trip, which is incredible considering the distance it's covering.
Yeah.
But
I think that's all for the professor.
okay, cool. We'll kind of hop around, move into... I need Nesta
Yeah, we'll get her.
and Kailas.
Who?
Nesta and Kailas.
Never heard of him. Stretch out.
Buckle up.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
I'm gonna try and get it done in 15 minutes.
I know, I looked at the time.
Yeah. We only got an hour left.
Hi.
Hi.
It is hot in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're telling me.
He was cooling off up there.
And then we'll go to break.
So we are going to hop into a bit of Kylas and Nesta.
Kaista?
Casta.
As you both bite into your plums,
Your head's exploding.
Even less than 15.
are whisked away, appearing rapidly in space. I want new music. Appearing in floating almost nothingness for a second. Your eyes start to adjust to some of the brightness of the space as extending out beyond you is just endless blue sky. Above, below, to your left, right. In every direction you look, it is blue sky. Spots of clouds decorate parts of a horizon. It's hard to tell. You seem to be able to look endlessly in different directions. Occasionally, just floating in space, bits of chunks of earth and rock. And as you lock eyes with that bit of chunk of earth and rock, please make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
13?
13 is
How
enough.
much you want that?
No, that one.
Never mind, not the nat 20.
13 is still enough. As your perception of gravity begins to shift, you feel yourself drawn towards it as you begin to fall.
All right, don't freak out. It's fine.
She's flying.
So this place works just a wee bit differently. Requires belief, faith. I think you're pretty good at that, right? So, currently we're falling down that way.
Yep.
So, if I told you down was that way, you just have to believe it and we'll start falling in that direction and he'll start falling back the other way.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Ah! Better. 23.
23. You begin to slowly come to a halt and start to fly backwards, falling from where you came from, right? Up. Direction's weird here. You're moving in one, though, as gravity is now that way. And that was up. This is now down.
Okay. Wow.
Takes a little getting used to, but
Shifting your frame of mind and what you perceive to be your space seems to adjust gravity for you.
Ah, okay, I think I'm getting it.
you did say you wanted your wings, right? Well, you got them here as long as you want them.
You notice Kylas is floating perfectly in space.
How are you so still?
You have to constantly shift your perspective. If you're constantly shifting down and up, you kind of remain stationary.
That seems like it takes a lot of effort.
117 years to master it.
Sure.
Just try not to...
They're just babies just falling everywhere.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Once you're on the ground, if you just maintain that sense of perspective, you're fine. It's when you look at another piece of Earth and you're like, oh, down. You
Just
start to go
remember
in that
slow
direction.
down before you hit any rock.
Right.
If you need to, that'd be the time to use your wings.
Good, good, good.
This isn't flying, it's falling. With
With
style.
Anyways, I think we need to head west, which would be that way. And... it's about 2 days travel from here.
Huh. All right.
So some details to work out on the way.
Kylas, you do know there is a slipstream nearby that you could access, though you wouldn't be coming in from its initial entrance. You would be coming in from the side.
How confident are you feeling?
How confident am I doing?
I think that's your choice.
I feel okay.
Decidedly average.
Decidedly average.
Well, you know what? best way to learn is by falling. So here we go. And I'll pull her into the slipstream.
You are rapidly moving towards the slipstream before you eventually
It's like a
come
current.
to.
Okay.
Yeah, think of like Finding Nemo's
Rogers!
Australian current. Yeah, exactly. But it is just a collection of a wind current that you can visibly see is moving like bits of dust and earth that have accumulated within the space from whatever floating earth matter has made its way into this plane.
Okay.
And you see this swirling rapidly throughout this space. It would cause you to move faster than simply falling in a direction. Though you don't see an initial entrance, it's just a tube that you could get into.
All right.
Just taking the tube.
Right, so just keep an eye out for like hurricanes, tornadoes, elementals, dragons, large pieces of rock. You know, just
Giant
anything.
trees.
Giant, yeah, really.
Cloud giants as well.
Cloud giants as well.
Great.
And trees. Yeah, thank you for that.
And here comes the giant tree!
I'll come back for you, Hylas.
Hopping in from the side of a slipstream. Very brave of you both. Please, both of you, as you jump in, please make me strength saving throws.
Eight.
14.
Both of you fail. You are momentarily battered and bludgeoned by these winds. You do take, not that it terribly matters, 9 points of bludgeoning damage to you both.
Oh.
As you kind of, the bludgeoning damage isn't from anything hitting you, it's from jumping into the stream, and it moves so quickly, it locks out your arms suddenly because of the force, and bruises some of the tendons in you. As you're like, the rest of your body comes in, it rapidly like moves the side of your head, almost breaking your neck.
Oh gosh.
The amount of force that is within this slipstream is intense and just takes you away. It's more powerful than Dordonado's hurricane.
Coming in from the side isn't exactly ideal.
As you recall, normally there are official entry spaces that is an easier means of heading into the slipstream.
Official.
Not to mention that the slipstreams will change occasionally, so.
Cool.
As you fly off, initially shaking off some of the pain, bludgeoning that you have experienced, you are rapidly soaring through the space faster than you've ever moved in your entire life. Things are flying by at an incredible rate.
This should shave some time.
Yeah.
We've
quite
got
a
a
bit.
few decisions to make on the way. We'll be arriving in the Kingdom of Aramir.
Right.
Well, I guess to get straight to it, would you like to be on vacation? Would you like official titles? How would you like to be known here?
Well, I feel like I should present myself as the Grand Prism.
Grand Prism. Okay, I like it.
And I want to help in any way I can, you know?
Emissary of the Arverlane.
I like that.
Right, cool. We like titles here, so let's just we'll just add some on.
Great.
Right?
You do have a lot of
The
titles.
Blade of the Nars, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'll have someone announce you.
Ooh, fancy.
And Moonwalker.
And Moonwalker. Do you want that one announced?
Might as well.
Alright. A few people to look out for.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. It's Kiriani.
Kiriani.
Lovely lady. Elven lass. Quite old. Cleric herself. Following a god of knowledge. Whatever. Whatever.
I'm gonna let that slide.
Someone to look out for. Skriok.
Skriok.
And Aarakocra. My advisor. And a real shite.
Ah.
I do believe my father just put him there to just be a royal pain in my ass.
Lovely.
He will try to feel you out, suss out any weaknesses you might have, and try to use you against me.
Great. So I divulge all your secrets to him.
Yes, all
Good.
those ones that you know. Right, that's gonna be a real nightmare. You're gonna get a lot of questions about us.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to answer that now, but just be prepared.
Great. Questions about us?
Again, they don't need answering right now. Just, be prepared.
Okay.
All right. Well, all right, and my father.
Right.
So, well, he'll be hard to miss if you see him. Sure, you'll be seeing him.
Why will it be hard to miss?
Yes, depending on his mood, he could be rather larger than life. Blue skin, black hair. Me times 100.
He's the best.
He's the best.
Do you, does he know about your mother?
I imagine he does. Mom did say they had a chat recently, so I'm sure they're up to date.
Interesting.
And while we were with the Arvalane, I did happen to make a deal with Dora, and they were willing to show up and help us with the battle with the Plane of Fire.
You got the Aura of Elaine to
As the slipstream rips your pen out of your hands!
You lose things!
Thank you.
Professor just...
You got the Aura of Elaine to come. That's very cool.
Yes. I was hoping to offload the civilians in the city.
We're going to spell thing on you.
Yes.
For like an hour.
Yeah.
He's done this multiple times.
I've not noticed
Kylos
this.
is also wearing a crown now.
That's true, he is.
What else?
The worst.
You trust him.
Implicitly.
You know what? Let's wing it.
Love it.
Fuck it, right?
Yeah, fuck it. That's the energy. That's
All
the
right.
vibe. That's the vibe.
Good.
Yeah.
Flying through the slipstream, you eventually make your way to its exit, leading you directly to Aramir. Getting launched out of it, an individual, this swirling vortex of wind, kind of adjusting and moving out of the way as someone who had not initially entered from one side, so they were not notified of something on its arrival. You both spill out into this space. The whirlwind coalesces and begins to take shape, arms forming out. Not blue skin, like blue undertones, but a bit of a gray across, washing their skin. Hair tightly pulled back into a bit of a ponytail, but shaved sides, white hair, with like a singular green streak at the top, and these bright pale blue eyes. A genasi, an air genasi, forms with a swirl of wind where legs would normally be on their humanoid body.
Sure.
They kind of, jeez, no one notified.
Hey, Gargis.
And he just looks down. Your Majesty, I apologize. I didn't know you were back. Your father will wish to speak with you.
Surprise!
Yeah. He's sweating bullets.
Oh, it's fine, relax.
Okay. Hello?
Hi.
Who are you?
I'm an emissary from the Aura of Elaine.
Mrs. Your Majesty.
I am an...
Consider her word mine. While she's here.
Of course. My apologies. Oh, I didn't mean to assume anything. At all. Ever. I'd rather be dead.
Not once.
Do you require an escort?
No, it'll be fine.
That's just what Orin sounds like.
Let's
The primordial language of Orin's just beatboxing.
It makes sense. You're making wind with your mouth.
let's
It's actually cutting.
Why don't we just end this pain here? You can be on your way.
Thank you so much.
As he adjusts his perspective and begins to fall.
Thank you so much.
Fall inward.
Yeah, he just kind of flying in a different
Takes
direction.
things so seriously here.
Right. Your Majesty.
Turning around, Nesta, you see sprawling before you is a massive cityscape that has been built upon what is essentially a massive floating chunk of rock. And as is above, so is below. There is almost in mirror form, a secondary, what seems to be a secondary city, or maybe an extension of the original one, going directly upside down. Attached at the bottom and then on top. Connecting off to the right-hand side is another stretch of land and earth, where, as if cut out of the sky itself, is a massive circle, pouring forward gallons upon gallons of water in a massive waterfall pulling out of a portal, extending all the way down, spilling onto this extra chunk of land, filling up what is this massive lake essentially, and continuing to pour over. Upon initial examination from this distance, you have a very high perception. You can see at the edges of this space bits of coral have started to grow at the edges around this lake, as it appears seawater is pouring out of this massive hole.
Quite a few similarities to Laminsa.
A couple.
As you are observing this, your perspective begins to shift ever so slightly, and you start to fall in that direction. Though eventually you do land gently, safely, and maintain your current perspective for now, as you were able to just generally walk.
Never thought I'd miss walking.
You will.
Falling forever. Looking about the main city as you begin to walk your way in that direction, it is essentially, the best way I could describe it is ancient Greece mixed with like the Hanging Gardens of Babylon in terms of architecture and structure to this space. There are shapes of these buildings that don't make sense under normal circumstances of gravity. There are buildings that have been built technically upside down, and people walking upside down as you walk underneath them, and you suddenly begin to lift and then shift your gravity back down and land safely before you suddenly shoot to where this person was walking. You see, walking past, there's a large aspect of the arts in this area as well. Massive aerial spaces for like theaters, where people are performing these incredible intrinsic dances in the sky, doing essentially what Kylus is doing and shifting their perspective rapidly, but in a form that is not just function of flight, but dance and an artistic expression. Your flashback to the performance at the Big Yikes that you observed, you see a lot of inspiration in Kylus's performance, seems to be pulled from his own city. A lot of similarities in the fluidity of the motion. Where do you want to take her?
Riding straight to the throne room.
Off to the throne room. What does your abode look like?
My personal abode?
Let's
or-
talk Grand Castle. The
Grand-
manor itself.
Mm.
The seat of the Western Wind.
Kind of built up into the highest point
Tiered.
of this. Yes, exactly. With the highest point being the throne room.
Of course.
Um,
This is built on the upper side of the city,
yeah.
compared to the inversed lower side.
There do seem to be buildings kind of moving out in every direction as you kind of descend. So you can move right and you go up another tower. It's all very strange. Beautiful white stone. Lots of blues and expensive tapestries hanging everywhere. So much like greenery and general just life. Music can be heard almost everywhere in the city. And then the throne room itself, large and circular, polished marble floors. And there, in the center of this space, is one large throne that seems to look in all directions. On the walls surrounding it are council seats. And then the rest of the space is just clear and empty. Like this space could be filled with hundreds of people all at once.
As you're exploring this space as well, a number of people are starting to surround you all. More so him. Giving shocked excitement, bowing before Kylus, welcoming him home, and a number of individuals glaring at you. Occasionally. I imagine you give her word is yours in this space, and eventually the looks subside, though maybe the animosity is still behind those shadowed eyes. Entering into the throne room as well, sitting in that central throne, even at sitting height, probably about 16 feet tall. Blue skin, black hair, pulled back into a tight ponytail as well, and a perfect goatee. Blue skin, bright blue eyes, a little portly in the stomach, but the shoulders give hint to definitely strength and power and muscle. Lavishly adorned in attire that betrays a lot more skin than most citizens within this area is your father, Rafik, the Western Wind, who looks shocked momentarily before bursting into wind and appearing right before you. My son! And brings you in for a massive hug, lifting you off the ground, swirling up into the sky, and kind of like tosses you up like a kid again.
Kylus is just like emotionless, like ragdolling through the air.
Catching you and just, oh, I have missed you. Disappearing once again, appearing back down right next to you, Nesta, and setting Kylus down. And in a burst of wind, appearing right in front of your face, his whole face larger than your body.
Okay.
Just, and you must be Nesta.
Told you'd be hard to miss.
He shrinks down a little bit taller than you now at this point, and takes your hand. I am the Western Wind Rafik.
Pleasure to meet you.
It is a pleasure to meet you as well.
Your Highness? Is that what you call it?
Majesty.
Majesty, Your Majesty.
Oh dear. She has some etiquette to learn indeed. Just be grateful I'm not the Northern Wind. The North.
Kind of some kind of chuckle.
Kylus, you did not notify me that you were returning.
I figured your invitation was open, so I took the opportunity upon myself.
It's fair, it is true, but I would have made such a grand gesture. Trumpets and dancers and men and women.
Of course.
Of course.
We can still do all that if you'd like.
You two aren't.
No.
Or
Keep going.
I don't know. Maybe you're adjusting mid-moment. Magic's crazy.
I love this guy.
It's pretty great.
We are
What?
traveling companions.
Yes,
So
there we go.
traveling companions. Okay, all right. It's not a first that I've heard. Miguel, hey! And he turns around, addressing the entire court. Not everyone is present at the moment, but there are some people who were working and are now looking at this display unfolding. They're like, oh, okay. He just addresses all of them, just like, shoot, off, go, be gone, bye, and notify the other 3 winds that my son has returned. I think a banquet is in order tonight.
I want to go to a banquet.
Yay.
I think you actually like it.
She's a shy one.
She'll shake that, I imagine, real quick here.
She'll have to around me. He disappears. You're left in the throne room as a number of people are starting to like walk away. Your father's advisor. Oh God, I'm blanking on his name now.
Iago?
No,
Skriok?
Skriok.
Yeah.
Skriok is standing is standing near the chair, just kind of looking at you. There's a bit of a smug look on his face. His Cochrane feathers, a bit molting at this point. He seems to have been under a lot of stress recently. Just looks you up and down.
He's glaring at me.
Mm-hmm. Walking up to you. Yes, Kylus, how can I help?
I'm just gonna hold out my ring and look down at the ground.
Yeah.
He gets down on one knee. With a beak.
Skriok, so good to see you again.
Welcome home, Your Majesty.
Have things been not too stressful, I hope?
A parade since your departure.
Well, I can tell how much you've missed me, and don't worry, I'll be sure to jump right into action just as soon as I can and keep you very busy.
Hooray. Is that all, Your Majesty?
This here is Nestafane, Grand Prism of Laminsa, Emissary of the Arvalane, the Moonwalker, and the Blade of Lunaris.
A religious one.
Consider her word mine.
Very well. Nestafane, should you require my assistance in any capacity, don't hesitate to ask.
He loves helping.
I
So helpful this
love helping.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Excellent.
I
Your
expect-
Majesty, may I?
Absolutely. Be on your way.
Kind of puts his notes into his side satchel and flaps away.
The joy of sunshine.
Absolutely. It's always been that way. Real eager for power, that one. Well, I suppose we have a banquet to prepare for. Traveling companions. I just didn't really know what to do there.
It was so awkward. Well, he was doing all these things. I didn't know half of them. You know.
He has an effect on very genie-like. He's a genie, actually.
As preparations for a banquet are, prepared, we're going to go into a break. Give us an opportunity to step out of this very warm room.
I'm comfortable.
For those of you who have not had a chance to do anything yet,
We're chilling.
thank you for hanging in here.
It's all lore to me. I'm
Yeah, it's all
soaking it
lore.
up.
all
But
lore.
Just being snarky.
thank you guys for joining us. We'll be back here momentarily.
Having age-appropriate drinks.
And welcome back.
And shenanigans.
And
We'll be
Fans.
swinging back into things. We're going to be a little more casual about the rest of this evening. But we'll be touching up on some of these final moments of downtime activities and wrapping up tonight's session here at some point. All right.
Adventurous.
This is forever.
After they killed the
Downtime is
BBEG.
forever.
We'll expedite a bit of downtime activities while you guys are in Aramir. A lavish banquet is held for you all. Some ambassadors from the Plane of Water do arrive, expedited by your arrival. There is feasting and performances and dancing, live music. Kylus gets to give essentially a bit of an addressing to the court as he is welcomed back.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Eloquently.
Yeah, it's perfect. Nessa, with some of your passive
Eloquently as
perception
hell.
as well, A lot of the conversations that go around is a conversation of people missing Kylus and his presence within the court, wondering where he's been all this time. A lot of people don't seem to know where he had gone off to. Some people passing some rumors around about why he left, saying that he was in love with a war criminal and let him out. All sorts of things getting kind of tossed around, passed around within the space, whether any of them are true or not. You hear a number of snide remarks about you, criticizing your appearance, claiming you to be nothing more than a simple human.
Have you met my mom?
Have I seen a human?
Apparently not, because they think they have purple hair. It's a lot of expected judgment being passed at you for being with the golden child, essentially. And him giving you a lot of attention has drawn a lot of ire, it seems. There is one individual,
Regina George.
Regina George, on October 3rd. Oh gosh, her name, Kiriani. God, sometimes it escapes me sometimes, and I have so many tabs open, I'm like, I'm not gonna find it. A elven individual, female, very clearly up in her age, though she displays it with elegant beauty, does approach you and sit down and kind of has a bit of a heart-to-heart chat with you. She does reveal that she also follows a god, Quara, the god of knowledge. They are...
we nerd out about.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You learn a bit more about Quara, that they are all about uncovering the truth and the hidden secrets of the world and making them public. That knowledge should not be hoarded and kept, but instead given to the masses and letting them choose to do with it what they will. It's a little chaotic, but it is with good intention, which is not far off from Lunaris in terms of how she operates. In the midst of the evening kind of wrapping up, there is warnings going off, alarm bells sounding, that apparently the eastern wind's home, which I have not named yet, is under siege.
Dominic Williams.
I know. There's a lot of things that I think about, and sometimes I miss things. I'll get back to you all about that.
It's all right. We're not going there.
Yeah, is under siege yet, and is requesting aid from all the other winds. In the dead of night, interesting, the sun disappearing in this space, you mass together and catch a slipstream heading towards the east, eventually arriving at a massive... you two okay? Similar to that waterfall pouring out, there is another massive cut in the sky, a hole, that extends out into this expanse of rivers of molten lava and entities flying through the space. Devils have breached this space. Fire elementals have breached this space. Fire giants have made their way into this area, and individuals are locked in combat. You two have already made your rolls, which I had you guys do beforehand. Flying into the turmoil, your battle prowess is tested, and you are able to actually push back the incursion of fire troops, pushing them back through the portal and staving off their attacks for a time being. The lateness of the evening and exhaustion of combat and celebration, you are treated to stay at the Eastern Wind's abode, resting there for the evening. A few more skirmishes happen in the time to come, months passing. Is there anything that you guys would like to talk about or share during that time of combat?
There would come a point where we've kind of rounded up the majority of troops that push through. the council want to push back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Doing so with Donato,
The Arvalane
the Arvalane,
assisting as part of this.
and Nesta, and pushing in and a little more tit for tat.
Fair enough. Making incursions into the plane of fire, striking back against them, and
Display of
attacking.
force and warning.
Yes, the prince has returned.
So am I to understand that there's a war going on?
2 wars.
I watched that again recently,
So
and you
funny.
nailed that 2 wars moment so perfectly.
Are you the general?
Yeah, pretty much.
He's a he leads a powerful commanding force.
And then that night of the banquet, or one of many, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Probably early on, Kylos will steal Nesta for a moment.
Okay.
In the evening. There's something I want to show you. You might have seen it before, but
She's seen it before.
yeah. Well, you're not going to experience something like this anywhere else. Flyer
Presumptuous.
way up. Just wait for your dad.
You worded it that way.
And in the night sky, in the plane of air, I'll tell you, all skies from material plane through all the worlds, everything between is the plane of air, between here and the stars. Closest you'll ever get to stars and lunars, and you'll never really experience another view quite like this. So I thought maybe you should enjoy a full moon here.
Oh, is that what day it is?
And he pulls his pants down.
That's what I was meant.
Whoops it out.
Oh, it's that time of the month.
That's considerate of you. I'm excited to see it. Thank you.
It's a long night, so maybe we could fly around for a little while, just in between the fighting. Gets a little stuffy in that ring, fighting on the front lines.
That's true. A night under the open air could do us good.
Absolutely. That's it, really.
That evening, you get to see, within the month, the Pegasus Blue Moon,
Ooh.
flying through the sky. Full, that hint of teal and cyan underneath what is mostly a white moon.
Nice. And we finally have a ritual where no one's, like, traumatically died.
Yeah.
That we know.
Except
that we
for
know.
all of the
That we know,
fallen.
yeah.
That we know personally.
Yeah.
Just faceless soldiers.
Look at these shadows. Look
Yeah.
at these NPCs.
In
Nothing to worry
terms
about.
of the full moons that we've gotten to experience, this
Yes.
one's
More restful.
more better.
Mo better.
More peaceful.
This moon mo better. All right.
This is a rock.
God, that I was like, why does that sound familiar? During the months that follow, eventually Rafik does steal a moment with you, Nesta.
It's coming at you, girl.
As
In Mr. Geo
tensions
girl.
begin to climb within the different abodes of the wind. Difficulties with war prisoners, some of the incursions that are happening in the east, anomalies happening to the north apparently as well, rumored to be circulating. Tensions climbing, arguments unfolding within the courts. Rafik finds an opportunity to speak with you in particular, as you have been a subject of conversation amongst the people of Aramir. You hear a on your door.
I'll open it. No!
Nesta!
That never gets old.
Oh, that's what I hear. And neither do I. Dreadful business we need to speak about. Sit, please.
Okay.
He floats over, sits down at a chair nearby your bedside, and shrinks down into a more appropriate form. Just kind of looking over your stuff in general. Now I'm sure you've heard the rumors going about the space.
I've heard some rumors.
Yes, yes. Some of them bold-faced lies, some of them hearsay. Some people trying to get under Kailis' skin and yours, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're affecting me too.
Ah.
I wanted to clear some of the air.
Okay.
My son, bless his heart, is often difficult. Bless his heart. And has made questionable choices in the past. Bless his heart. The bit about love and a war prisoner and all that dreadful nonsense very much happened. Just wanted to confirm that one. I don't know what lingers in his, bless his heart, in his heart.
Uh-huh.
But because of these rumors, people can't help but project that experience probably upon you both as well.
Mm-hmm.
That you are another round of individuals who have come and gone in his life. He has many prospects. He is expected to marry at some point. Not that I'm pushing you to marry him. Bless his heart.
What is it you're trying to say, Your Majesty?
My point is, don't let the interpersonal conflicts of the politics here weigh on you. Don't let them get to you. Because they're not going to stop. When you visit, if you're staying, I don't know. But I just wanted to clear the air.
Uh-huh. Thank you. Thank you for your concern and your consideration.
Yes.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention that sometimes when people describe someone as difficult, they're not really taking the time to see things from their perspective. I think Kailis has shown a lot of leadership, and I think you should maybe give him more of a benefit of the doubt.
Oh, no, I do. The comments of difficulty are external, absolutely. I have not been the best father, I will admit. And I have not made the best choices, and I have not exactly been as present as I should be in his life. And I am wanting to do what I can to mend what damage I've caused. But I do love my son very much.
Good. That was never in question, Your Majesty. No. Well, thank you for your concern. I will try and not let these rumors get to me.
I think you're good for him. I do. I've seen plenty of people come and go in his life, and they're not helpful. You know, they're there for themselves. And you are a rare sort indeed. As someone who is very selfish, I have seen how much you give, and that is not common here. So, I'm placing an insane amount of burden on you, and I apologize. This isn't going well. I imagined this going very differently.
Are you trying to tell me you want me to stay?
I want you to stay involved in Kylas's life. But I can't make you do that.
I understand.
I simply want to express my concern. I am not someone who he can view in a helpful way. I don't think. I've done maybe a level of irreparable damage. And I'm probably putting a large burden on you.
No. No. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep what you said in mind. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. This is your room. I'm going to leave. Rest well.
You too.
Yeah. And he just disappears.
Maybe your funniest NPC.
Thank you. I do like
God.
Ricky very much.
Bless his heart.
Bless his heart. That whirlwind transpired.
That did in fact happen.
Just had an interesting talk with your dad.
Really? Care to elaborate on the details of
Nah.
anything and everything he told you, word for word? You recorded the conversation, that would be perfect.
Something about embarrassing moments from your past. I don't know.
There's never been an embarrassing
No,
moment
there
like
was
that.
some things he mentioned. I don't.
I think you're
I'll just let you stew on them. That's all.
Yes. I love this mess.
Well, it seems you're getting the hang of this place.
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart. I've been meaning to tell you something. Thank you. You didn't have to come here. I put the offer out there, and I'm glad you did. There's no one else I'd rather fight beside, so.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. For bringing me along with you.
I am going to invite one more. Two more, if you'd like it. It's going to invite Mr. Nand here. So that he could
Oh!
study
Bless his
the portal to Plane of Water. And your father, if you'd like.
Huh.
I know you just came back to life and I kind of swept you away.
That's very.
At this moment, it's been a couple months.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you.
Some time in between fighting.
Yeah, I've been wanting to spend time with him, so thank you.
Thank you. Nice. Well, good night.
Like father, like son.
Yep.
I imagine we were having the conversation through our necklaces, but
Oh.
we're.
I'll still vanish.
Did you
Wherever I am.
move somewhere?
Everyone in court just was like,
Hello?
he's gone.
Yeah.
He just stopped talking and then he left.
Yeah. The chat's to the necklaces. Then I can't, if you had anything else to say, I can't shut you out. Because you're in my brain.
He can't stop you from talking to him. Frogman.
Ow!
Eventually, during bits of your downtime, you are eventually approached by a representative of the Plane of Air.
I knew it! I'm ready!
Take me to Neverland!
Amira, take over from me. I'm gone for a little while.
As you wish.
Yeah.
You are whisked away to the plane of air.
Woo! Whoa!
As Zeeg is whisked away as well with you.
Let's hold
How
hands
are
so we
they
don't float
whisked?
away.
Via plane shift. You are approached essentially by an air genie, a djinn,
Yeah.
who, not a noble genie like his father, just a regular genie.
Yeah.
Whisked away via plane shift, you were brought to the plane of air, where you are given full access to the legitimate and legal plane of portal to the plane of water. A massive outpouring of water that is extending out into the plane of air.
Oh, sick. I got stuff I want to do with that.
Exactly.
But I feel like I was brought here for a reason.
To study the gate.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
You don't need my help? Because you're in such peril that you need your best buddy to save the day?
I'm not even in the city.
Around this, this is on the far opposite end of where the war
Implicitly.
is happening, and at this point, there's presently a ceasefire.
Oh, shit.
Implicit.
Cool.
Zeeg is brought along as well and meets with you.
Hi, Dad.
My little girl picks you up and swings you around. Oh, you're breaking your spine. Sorry.
And she's dead.
Oh, Lunaris.
Not another one.
So, Nesta, what problems can we
Lost
solve?
another one.
Uh,
I think she and I had plans. We were going to
Oh my god, this is the saddest thing I've ever
hop around. Maybe see your mother if you're interested.
I mean, if the war effort can spare me to
Wait,
leave.
Or as tempting as that sounds, I have already died once. Let's not make it twice. Unless I do have a place that I can take you, where we can die as much as we want. It's gonna be great.
Oh, great.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds horrifying.
That does sound horrifying. I
It's
don't know.
incredible. It's incredible. It's all in good sport.
Oh, okay.
Actually, Caius will appear.
No,
Sorry, we're...
Frogman.
I do that here.
Oh, I'm here to save the day.
Sparkle.
Actually, here's something for you. We were in the middle of a ceasefire, though. Sorry, Zig.
Oh, damn.
Murder people.
Want my cheesy crisps?
I thought you might want to learn a bit about the plane of water, given that there's a new gate in the Mensa. How we see it, how we operate
We'll get to
it.
that in a second.
And there's also a wizard tower.
Here?
It's a ways away. But I could lead you there if you wanted to explore it.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you did.
I forgot that was a thing in session 0. Yikes.
Silas, bro! Take me home!
Oh, that's an
We can have a little,
we can
little
do-
adventure for a few days.
Have fun.
See you soon.
I'll see you soon.
Adventure with Frognet for a couple days.
You look regal.
Thank you.
Yeah.
New outfit, crown helps.
Well, yeah, we're clean.
You ready to go?
Okay.
Do you have someone who could plane shift us to Mount Celestia?
I do. Oh, yeah, I do.
All right. I think we're ready. Oh, I'm gonna leave rapidly. Give you a chance to say goodbye.
I'll stand right there and watch.
As you are grabbed by your cloak and dragged away by a very muscular
I'm
dad.
gonna believe that gravity is towards Kylus.
He believes it's the other way. And he has more mass than you.
I'll say goodbye in a heartwarming and touching manner.
Age appropriate or
Now, where is it touching?
PG, PG-13? What
The
are we
heart, to bless it.
Bless that
As I
heart.
cast bless on heart.
I think it'd be very reserved.
Okay.
If you ever need me, you know how to reach me.
Same. Though I'm not quite sure how I'll get back if you need, but I'm sure someone would help us out, right?
Like I said, if you need me.
All you have to do is wish.
When you call out my name.
She takes a level in bard.
Mwah. Goodbye.
Kiss on the cheek. You are released from your cloak, Frognan, as you begin to fall towards Kylus.
Whoa!
You're actually getting pretty good at that.
I kind of play up the dramatic sometimes because it's fun.
Zeeg and you are collected by an individual who's capable of playing shift, probably another genie, and you are whisked away to Mount Celestia, where you get the opportunity to reconnect with your mother for a little while. You get to meet and talk with Lunaris in person, in her grand form. No visage and, planar entity dividing you from her. Your trip continues you to Isgard, a plane of battle and war, where you can fight as long as you want and are infinitely reborn if you die, and can get right back into the fight before the next day even starts. Your road trip continues after that. Oh yeah, Zeeg has a field day with that one.
Level up.
Your final trip takes you to the Beastlands, a place of relaxation, of paradise for all beasts and animals within this space. You are surrounded by kittens and dogs and cats and elephants and dolphins and owlbears and every beast imaginable.
Are there lizards?
Lizards?
No.
Everywhere.
0 lizards.
Reside in this land. Additionally, the souls of past Tabaxi reside here as well. Before your trip begins to come to an end and your responsibilities to your temple call you back. Is there anything you would like to explore while you're planes hopping?
I think spending time in Celestia with Lunaris would help my connection with her, and that would kind of spur my need to go back to the temple afterwards.
That's very fair.
So I would tell Kylus that at some point. Hey, I gotta go back to the temple. Sorry.
Months have passed by this point.
How many months?
2.6.
Like, where are we in the year?
Yeah, I'm going to say like 7.5.
Okay.
Since the beginning of downtime.
Since I left, how long has it been?
Since you left, probably,
2 months.
yeah,
2 months?
close to 2 months, yeah.
I understand. I had more than a few things pop up here as well.
Is everything all right?
Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Okay. Is Frognand okay?
Oh yeah, I sent him back
Oh,
months
good.
ago.
Thank God.
We'll come back to you in a moment.
I don't know
Okay.
if that's the truth.
Be safe out there. Let me know if you need anything.
Of course.
Nesta out.
Eventually returning
Faint.
to the Mensa, where you head back to the temple, and through your time in combat and war, begin to train some of the fractals in a bit more combat, as they start to steer a little bit away from divine casting and a little more martial prowess. Additionally, you make a new friend. A little black cat who seems to just have taken a liking to you. You were in the Beastlands recently, so maybe there's something that was left on you.
Just get a familiar.
It's usually
All right,
urine.
you can come with me. Come on.
Do you want to give? I mean, it is like a midnight black cat.
Burley.
Would you like to give them a name?
Midnight.
Midnight it is. Kind of cuddling up to you, and will occasionally just disappear for days, but eventually does come back.
What a cat.
Yeah.
Detect evil.
Okay. Fiend.
Giant.
This cat sus as hell.
Up to no good.
Mm.
Do you cast anything?
At some point, I might detect good or evil.
Good or evil? Okay. As the spell goes off, nothing pings. It does just seem to be a cat.
The house cat.
All right. Kylus. And Frogman, is there
Yeah.
anything in that moment that you would like to explore?
So this tower we're going to?
I discovered it about 20 years ago.
Okay.
Mostly abandoned. Some old tomes and a few other things that the DM might decide is there for you to uncover.
Yeah, that's
given
fair.
the right amount of time.
Totally.
And some studying for you to do on our gate to the plane of water.
Yeah, but about the tower first.
What about it, Mr.
I don't know, I'm just excited about new things.
I thought if you'd like, you could establish it as your own domain here in the plane of air.
So you're gonna teach me how to plane shift here at will?
I don't even know
In
if I'm going to
time.
allow that.
Okay. Okay, I'll talk to your dad. It'll be good.
Right.
I mean, in the meantime, that's super cool of you. I always knew that when you chose Nesta to come with you, you would secretly be wanting me. I understand that for the sake of appearances, you had to choose her, but I know.
Oh, we know.
God. So anyways, yeah. As I've been telling you, you know, I send you at least once a week. Sometimes I get concerned when you don't respond right away, but I just figure you're off like being a badass.
I am being quite the badass.
Yeah,
but
I
I
know.
always hear it.
I know.
It's always
I know.
there.
Sometimes I find someone to scry on you and I just don't tell you.
You really pick the right moments, just locked into combat with a fire giant, and you're, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Smash cut to that moment. I miss you.
Hey.
Frogman.
But so I mean, the gates at La Minsa are going really well. I mean, we're just about done with the Hinfill gate and the Hebcook gate, but the one that's to the plane of water it's just a little tricky because the other ones I can straight up put walls and no one really cares. I think I need a diplomat's verbiage and a diplomat's nuance, you know?
I might be able to supply an emissary. You should also be aware that there's not really a way to contain it. You're kind of holding back the force of infinite ocean. That's a little bit hard to contain with magic.
Yeah, it's been growing, and that makes more sense as to why now.
Yeah.
I will say, the one underneath Laminsa is nowhere near the size as the one here.
If the one here were to be transplanted onto the one of Laminsa, how much of Moon Crater Lake would it take up?
No, it's this one's big, but I mean, Moon Crater Lake is miles huge.
And this is not.
No, definitely not. No.
Okay. Well, I know they have the Obscura,
Temperate
working
much.
on it. Yeah. I don't really trust the Obscura anymore. We'll get to that later.
We never trusted him.
Yeah.
I trust them implicitly.
I know that was a flaw. But I know that they've been trying to contain the portal a little bit. But who knows? Maybe with the help of diplomats from the water plane, we could work out a system that works for everyone.
You notice attached to Frogman is a brooch.
That's quite fancy.
Thanks, I'm fancy now.
It is a singular scroll with a dagger pierced through it.
How fancy are you, Mr. Nand?
You know, I got connections here and there. I might be someone of great import back on the material plane. You know how you're kind of royalty here? I'm basically the same over there now.
Roll a deception check. No, I'm joking.
I was like, I won't say right now.
You know.
Heroic inspiration.
Royalty. Wow.
Mhm. Kind of a master of the arcane in most people's eyes.
Yeah. Well, you know what that means, right? You have to marry a princess here pretty soon.
Uh-huh.
It is the duty of all royalty, after all. And I know a fine dwarven lass that might be interested.
No, yeah, she's cool. Make you a deal. I will when you do.
I don't know if you live that long, Mr. Nand.
Is that a marriage pact?
I think you and I have made quite enough pacts together.
And we're both 300.
Always room for another.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Okay. I'm gonna live a long time. Just you wait.
When you go home, just keep an eye on Ness, please.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course. Although, I don't think she's gonna need it. She's...
Yeah, she could kick both her asses, right?
Yeah.
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 You should have seen what she did. No, you don't, never mind.
Smash cut. Crimson Starlight racking up more bodies.
So, like... Are you gonna stay here forever now, or when are you coming back to us?
When you need me.
What do we wish for?
Till then, I got some wishes to be granted.
Okay. Do you need help? You know I'll drop everything and help you.
Mr. Nand, I believe you have your own things to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite
Yeah.
important now, aren't you?
I'm gonna tell you so much later. I just can't wait.
Can't wait.
Shh, it's a
Increments of
secret.
25.
Nobody knows.
Except he doesn't skip words.
Until next time, Mr. Nand.
Okay. Wait. When I'm supposed to leave, how do I leave?
Kiriani, I'll take you home.
The weird bird dude.
No, the elven cleric.
Yeah, much better. Whew, thank goodness.
Don't talk to the weird bird man.
I know, I tried to, it was awkward. Hey.
Frognand.
Yeah, bird dude.
Dirt fist.
Leaning into it now.
Yeah. You guys said it and I was like, sure. Fuck it, why not?
Turn to page
4,126.
Oh.
Which also happens to be the year.
Or any tomfoolery of any
Bird
sort
into your
in my
mind.
classroom.
I will send Frognin on his way, and I will resume my downtime activities. Oh, sorry. You got away before I said to.
I'm going through a tunnel. A wind tunnel. Any final bits that you would like to touch on for your downtime?
I'm going to start burning my royal resources and
Yes.
spend a lot of time in a dreamlike state
Mm-hmm.
and begin granting wishes as best I can and let the word of that spread.
Rankwin and Frognand.
Mhm.
Over time, you do start to hear about people who have been joining the Obsidian Winds, getting their wildest dreams granted and accomplished.
And I'll do some active recruiting to try to get more.
You get a lot of prospects, not a ton of major recruits, but there's a few who pop up that you guys have your eyes on. But the Obsidian Winds is building up to a point of having a little over 100 people who work for it now. Now, not a lot of them are going to make a name for themselves.
Or have a name.
Or have a name. Thank
No,
God.
name 100 right now.
Do it. Vish, vash, vosh.
Those triplets?
Yeah.
Unrelated, surprisingly.
Weirdly enough.
Alex.
They're
Barry,
all triplets to
Catherine.
other triplets, but they are in themselves triplets. But yes, the Obsidian Winds is growing rapidly, and talk of your wildest dreams becoming accomplished should you join.
If we
Word
vote
of
for
mouth
Kyla.
begins to spread, yes. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Bringing us to Progdan. Let's touch in on you.
Yeah, dog. Touch
me.
Touch me.
You are named as part of a small specialized group to the Waking Arcanum, a group of mages who reside essentially on the Waking Council of Laminsa.
Do I get anything to like signify that?
You do. A scroll with a dagger pierced through it, a brooch. That signifies you.
Not royalty.
No, he's not. He's the equivalent of a noble, but not
But he's a
royalty.
liar.
Lord.
I mean, like,
Lord, Mr. Nash.
if someone was knighted, they'd technically be under him.
Yeah.
But knighting being
Yeah.
one of the lowest forms of nobility out there.
Liege Lord.
Yeah. Similarly, someone also appointed to that is a familiar face with Paula, who is anointed as well.
Your mentor.
Mm-hmm.
One of them.
And now you are both on this council together. There are a couple other people. I haven't named them yet. But you all together equate into 5 individuals who sit on this Arcanum Council. You are occasionally pulled upon for questions into the arcane, things that the council doesn't necessarily know about, and you were called in to look into magical phenomenon that appear. And the council very rapidly kind of pushed the Obscura out of the way and put the Arcanum focused on guarding, protecting, and building up defenses within Laminsa, as the Obscura is essentially shoved to the side.
Yeah, with the council's help, I think that magic can improve the city quite a lot. I'm going to pioneer an effort to create a security force and walled gates to any major sea entrances to Moon Crater Lake. The aforementioned
Hinfill and Hebcook Gate.
yes. And soon, in a couple months, I'll get some knowledge on how I might create the Kraken Planar Gate. Where we're going to just try to secure Laminsa from magical threats in general. And also, because it's gated, we can create a little bit of taxation, make a little money. Maybe pay for itself, maybe wean ourselves away from the purse of Tonkton. And try to create a little bit more autonomy for
Fish
Laminsa.
money.
Now, Laminsa still adheres to Tonkton. It's still beholden to Tonkton.
Yeah,
so a
you
lot of
betcha.
this does have to go through Tonkton and is passed via their government. You are all given the green light to pursue these things, though they ask that while the Obscura doesn't necessarily have to lead investigation, they do want them a part of investigations.
Sure.
Which, unfortunately, the council is not at liberty to deny.
Yeah. And we'll show them the occasional detail here and there, but never the full picture.
No, never. I have ideas of what the Kraken Planar Gate might look like, but if you would like to take anything.
Yeah, so the Kraken Planar Gate in specific is a difficult one. All planar gates have a permanent enchantment to detect magic coming through, so that mundane objects can flow in and out freely, and we're trying not to disrupt
Or
the
mundane
natural
creatures.
Yes, thank you. Trying not to disrupt the ecosystem. But anytime something that is out of the natural order comes through, we will be alerted. A couple of different gates in order to help detect trajectory and vectors.
There's essentially two gates that need to be passed through, and depending on which one pings first, and then second notifies which direction the creature is going in.
Yeah.
And then there are sending stones that can notify the city.
The Kraken Planar Gate in specific, because it is tied to the water plane,
And is based at the bottom of the lake, right underneath Laminsa.
has been created in communication with emissaries from the water plane.
Correct.
Because
You
we're
would be in contact with Ambassador Vosh Qualwain.
Mm-hmm. Vosh, what's the last name?
Qualwain.
Qualwain.
Q-U-L, Qual,
U-L.
space, capital W-A-I-N.
Yeah. So, in communication with this ambassador, we've been trying to create essentially a customs port where those that want to come through must send word ahead of time. It's not a free access, but it is something that, as long as someone checks out, they're welcome to come on either side. When we create that, though, one major mission that I'll have is finding out what, in my opinion, was the greatest threat that has come through this plane to be, which is to find and hunt down the hag that is responsible for the death of my father.
Yeah. Which you do. Putting out a bounty on this individual, the lakes are swept rapidly, and with the amount of power and magic at your disposals at this level, you do eventually hunt down this hag, kill it, and its head is stuffed and mounted on your tavern walls.
And not only do I take the head, I also take the claws that have taken specifically memories from Renguin. And next time I see Renguin, I'm going to try to conduct some experiments and see if we can extract the memories from these
I didn't
claws
just get them back when she died.
and
Motherfucker.
and return them to where they belong.
Penguin does love being
We'll make some
experimented.
rolls off screen for that. We didn't exactly explore that, but I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be something to see. If I may, the visuals for the Kraken Planar Gate. While the Hinfill and Hepcook gates are very physical, the Kraken Planar Gate is actually a little more magically inclined. Around the portal, to keep it from expanding and growing, there seems to be one particular tendril, like a tentacle from a kraken, forming all the way around it. This tentacle takes on the form of that of like water in motion, as if it's almost been displaced underneath the lake. Crossing in front of it are 8 more tentacles, creating essentially a blockade. When it is time for that to be lifted, the tentacles peel back, allowing access back and forth. If anything were to try to go through, they would have to succeed on a saving throw, or they will be grappled and restrained. The DC is very high.
Very Lovecraftian.
Hence the name, the Kraken Planar Gates.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm spending a lot of time early into our time of peace. I've contacted Bobby with a fascination on how he creates magic items. One, to try to equip Ilmirna with the capability to create magic items for our guild. But also with a couple special requests for myself.
Sure.
Specifically, I've taken spells that I've not commonly used out of my spell book to create a staff of Frogman's Dominion. And
Good God.
and free up my ability to
Yeah.
cast a larger variety of spells
Absolutely.
as I wish.
Starting to hit those legendary levels.
Yeah, baby.
Additionally, to note for the guild, anyone who joins is immediately gifted, as part of joining the guild, a +1 weapon of their choice, along with a ring of swimming. That is
Crafted by Elmira.
yes, that is a standardized thing that you get no matter what once you join the guild.
And cloaks of protection are available for purchase.
Yes. Those who prove themselves incredibly may receive special gifts and honors should the leaders of the guild deem it necessary.
And there's some other cool shit too that we could talk about.
Yeah.
As the time is appropriate.
There is a moment where eventually, Maverick, you make your way back to Laminsa with a... What do you think? 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 What do you an exploration, an expedition that you are interested in diving into, if you would like to elaborate on it.
Come into the doors and everybody's assuming there.
At this point, in terms of downtime, it would be Frognan and Rangwin who would be present.
Everybody's here.
Fair enough.
The Rat Pack, back at it again.
Look, do you want me to roleplay it or just summarize?
We can summarize.
Yeah.
I know it's getting a little late, so.
So Maverick would come in and would ask, and if the two of you would be interested in joining me.
Yep.
I'm on the hunt.
You're so lonely.
I'm on the hunt for a rare magical material.
Yeah.
Something that I can use to help on a little personal project.
Oh, what are you making?
Okay, roleplay now.
If we want to go into roleplay.
For polite.
Are you making a machine gun of magic missiles?
Well, I took some time while I was over in Nekrovska and being on that airship looking at that arcane engine. I think I can make another one. But I need something to contain all that stuff.
Say less, fam. I'm in.
Cool. Well,
Gnomish.
that's good because I'm going to need a guide because from what I understand, this might be a place you guys are a bit familiar with.
Okay.
It's a mine underground near Bachstrom, it was.
Oh, shit.
They said it was some kind of prison, I don't know.
Back to your roots.
Yeah.
Can I go on this mission?
Absolutely. If you'd like
I'm
to.
asking you to.
It'll work out with all the other details.
Mhm.
Well, Maverick, you know I'm with you. But there might be a lot of murder. Or some unsettled scores.
You know I'm fine with that.
If you hear anyone with a fucking weird accent talk like this, just shoot them. Don't ask any questions.
On site, boss. You got it.
On site. Holy shit.
What was the first guy that found us? Yep.
On another thought, maybe we should just avoid Bachstrom.
I mean,
Just the outskirts.
I would like to do that as well. I mean, just go straight to this mine place. I ain't ready to go back there quite yet.
And just like how I had Elmirna keep up my endeavors that we'll speak about in a second,
Yes.
when I went to the plane of air, I'll have Elmirna continue those
casting.
endeavors
Yes.
while I join him.
As you make your expedition underground, you do find your way back to your old stomping grounds, where you all first officially met inside the underground imprisonment. You go back to the mining areas where you guys spend a couple months digging and not fighting. Actually, there's very little murder in this space, as most of this area has been completely deserted. And after a little while, you do eventually find this material, which, Maverick, you name.
Mavricite.
Oh, I was going to call it Kylosite.
Oh, I love that. That's
Take
great.
your crown off.
Never.
Bro, man.
Yeah?
If I could throw up, I would.
Okay, no, you got it. This
You know what?
this time it's yours.
He's gonna try.
Some comes out.
Ting ting.
One screw.
The most important one.
Oh no, that was holding everything for the moment.
You see that there? Disgusting.
Oh,
I'm disgusted.
I understand. I just, he's insecure, so I thought the more things named after him,
I know,
the better
I
he'd
know.
feel about himself.
Something implicitly, I got it.
Yeah. Again, I say that because if he doesn't have my belief, what does he have? It's a little sad. Actually, I think I'm a day late. I'll send you a quick sending. Hey!
Not the best.
Love you, buddy!
You're just activating a Blood Fury tattoo in that moment.
No. Mavricite. Much better. Actually, honestly, cooler.
As your expedition comes to an end, you head back to the Obsidian Winds. Frogman, what else are you creating?
Yeah, the
in
last
this time?
major thing I can think of until the next last major thing I can think of
Fair.
is I've decided to create some routes. Though I spent a lot of time trying to get us out of the underground, I can't help but feel drawn back to it. And as every wizard needs a quiet place of solitude, I take the basement where Ilmirna has her shop underneath our guild tavern, and I make subfloors beneath that basement where I start to create Frogman's Wizard Tower.
Question.
Yes.
Are we on an island? Aren't you on an
Yes.
island?
Yeah.
So the
We've
nice
talked
thing
about
is,
this.
it's
Okay.
only been 2 subfloors so far. I'm aware that eventually I'm gonna hit some water. I haven't hit it yet.
That's that's the floor with the pool.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Put some glass, some viewing windows up.
Well, I mean, the Drowning Roots Tavern had something very similar. Their rooms were
That'd actually be
Mm.
dope for a wizard's tower.
yeah,
kinda dope.
were done like down, and then they had panels of glass that you could see
Also,
into the
Frogman's
canals.
3 feet tall, so really each floor is only 5 feet
I do make it
4 floors.
Mavericks
slightly
crawling
bigger.
everywhere.
You guys have to duck to get through doorways. Welcome to my life.
How does it feel?
But you,
I'll make sure I roll for
but
that
your
every
head's
time.
the tallest of you. What, 6'2", 6'3"?
6'4".
6'4".
Well,
Mavericks
6'6".
7 feet.
6'6" with my
Boots on?
So
With your lips.
the roofs are 6'6", so you can just fit inside.
I'm still
Nah, a little less so.
Shit.
And in there, I have some personal
Bundle,
belongings
yay.
and personal routes that I'm setting down. But I do have an isolated and concealed door that the immediate Obsidian Winds know about, and
Technically the Waking Arcanum as well.
yes, and the Waking Arcanum, but no one else. A teleportation circle that I'm putting in there
Illegally.
illegally.
As far as Tonkton's concerned.
I love illegal things.
Laminsa was like,
Illegal thing.
sure,
my last
we'll
spell.
turn a blind eye.
My last spell will be
The benefits of the Waking Arcanum.
Yeah, baby.
teleportation.
But other than that, I'm here to grow the guild and protect the city.
Got me going, baby.
Okay. Ringwin.
Oh, we're not done?
I'm sure you're up to some shenanigans.
Me? Nothing.
Not Rangwin, no.
Just like being the best guild leader this guild has ever seen.
You know,
The guild so hard.
it's getting a little late. Maybe we'll start wrapping up Rangwin's downtime.
Yeah.
Because it will lead perfectly into some things I have ready.
Like what?
We'll find out next time as we will be wrapping up tonight's session. Thank you guys for hanging in there. I know it was a lot of stuff to go over. You guys have really left a mark in this world now.
Mark Levers.
I mean, over the course of a year, the Frostwilds do eventually discover it's not permanently in ice anymore.
I'm
It does
really
actually
scared
experience seasons now.
to find out what appears when the snow thaws.
More undead.
Yeah, all the frozen corpses
Yeah.
that have now been thawed out.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot changing on the continent of Faldoran. So, with that, we're going to close out tonight's session. We will pick up next week, starting with Rangwin's downtime activities.
Only Rangwin next week.
All of us
Rangwin's
shut the
downtime
hell
activities,
up.
and
2
we're-
hours of Ringwood, please.
We'll probably continue into the kickoff into whatever the next arc looks like for us.
It will have nothing to do with me.
Absolutely nothing to do with you.
I believe that.
Totally.
Implicitly.
There's not a reason you're going live.
As always, thank you guys so very much for watching. We will see you guys here, same time, same place. Thank you so much. Good night.
Bye.